And his opponent, also representing Japan, MOV.
Are you guys ready for some Street Fighter 5 here at Evolution 2016? Let's go! I'm James Chen.
And I'm Steven Lyon. James, what a way to bring us in. This is Street Fighter 5 first year.
That's
at
right.
EVO, and it's going to be a good one. We have tons of representatives from all over the place, but mostly Japan.
But you know, we have one Korean and we have one US player in this mix.
And you can hear the crowd already.
That's right.
So excited for him.
We've got one guy here that you know the audience is going to be backing, but we are starting off in the winner's side bracket. It is going to be Fuudo versus MOV, two of the strongest Japanese players.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. Chun-Li versus Mika, more than likely. I'm really curious to see how this goes, mostly because Fuudo is kind of like one of those players where he just does so well. And you just look at the character Mika. I know especially a lot of us in the start were interested in the Mika pick. We didn't really see it for him. Now, there is no question.
Yeah.
This is such an amazing character for him.
And it's really interesting, too, because of the Japanese players, Momochi, Daigo, Tokido, all these players, we were expecting a lot of people picked all these players. Fuudo was also in that list, and Fuudo is the one that's actually in here.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. There is no Daigo in top 8. There is no Tokido.
Right.
There is no Momochi. And those are three of the strongest players, the players you expect to be here. But instead, we're looking at MOV Chun and Fuudo Mika, especially MOV. This guy's Chun-Li is absolutely incredible. Was amazing in Third Strike. As you mentioned yesterday on stream, joked that his Chun-Li should be banned in Third Strike. And I think that's almost the case in this game as well.
Yeah.
Chun-Li, a character that I think a lot of people were talking about, is so strong, and we haven't really seen the performances from her thus far. She's been a character that's done well, but maybe not as good as people are expecting.
Right.
And this could be the breakout tournament for that character.
Yeah, well, there's definitely was a lot of Chun-Li representation in the top 32. There was, I think she represented the most of the players. I think there was about 7 Chun-Lis in top 32, but we're down to only a few left, and MOV is one of them. And let's see if Fuudo can actually handle some of the offense from Chun-Li, right? So she's got. So one of the weaknesses that Mika has is that she's not really super good at footsies, right? Like that's what a lot of people say about her. That was the initial assessment, and Chun-Li, of course, has footsies for days.
Exactly.
But Fuudo has kind of turned that on its head because the way that he plays Mika is a very footsie-based R.Mika.
Yeah, and all it takes is for him to land that one Irish whip, that one clap, scoop you up, put you in the mix-up, and it could be game just like that. And that's what you're going to see against Chun-Li. Chun-Li also has super strong offense as well, right? Air legs, we have to see if Fuudo can deal with the offense, the pressure that MOV is able to put out, as well as just the defensive wall, fireballs, anti-airs, just really strong footsie game as well. So we'll see if, you know, I think it's going to be sort of an uphill battle for Fuudo. He's got to fight through it, but he's got a bunch of games to do it, 3 out of 5.
That's right, but one of the things about Chun-Li too is that as good as her offense is, without meter, she's pretty vulnerable on defense. And even if when she has meter, you bait out that EX bird kick and that's it, she's done.
Could be curtains just like that. So here we go, our first match of Street Fighter 5
in the
here at
Capcom
EVO.
Pro Tour background, let's go!
Opens up quick. You see that big fierce from Chun-Li sticking it out in the front, and MOV with the confirms early.
We're already with a great start, getting her all the way into the corner, but not confirming on the Irish whip.
Yeah, early spinning bird. One thing we saw about MOV yesterday, very active on his own wake up. It's going to be a combo here for Fuudo. What's the setup?
What's the mix-up from the other side? Back into the corner. Gonna be close to stun. One more mix-up.
And there
That's
it is.
Gonna do it.
That's gonna be stun, and that should be the first round for Fuudo.
A perfect example of exactly what we are talking about. A quick start from MOV, but then immediately Fuudo gets 1 hit, 2 mix-ups, done.
Yeah, that's all it takes. And so you saw MOV so quick to establish spinning bird, but just one slip-up on defense, and that's gonna be that. There's that fierce again. Finally brings out the air legs, and Fuudo didn't get around it.
Tried to
ended
confirm,
on it.
yeah, but it didn't happen. But he's going to be able to confirm off of that. off of the air legs.
Yeah, corner carry pressure staggered from MOV so far. Air legs are going to beat the roundhouse again. Man, great positioning for MOV, but the jump
takes is that one time. We're going to see that mix-up, and she goes for a slide, and Smart reacts to the hit.
The dash go, and he just confirms off of it. Fuudo. Incredible Mika play.
Oh, he was trying to bait out an EX bird kick. Did not come out.
Oh, confirm into the EX, and that's not enough. One more to do it, and there's the jab. Caught him with the button. Fuudo,
you saw the counter hit right there. It looked like MOV tried to wake up with a button, not with an EX bird kick though. Maybe just tried to challenge. Thought that Fuudo didn't quite have the meaty all ready to go, but there it is. Fuudo's gonna take that first game.
Yeah, and that's one thing about MOV you'll see that I mentioned. Wake up spinning bird, wake up button, super active. We saw him wake up with crouching or standing medium punch yesterday, just standing strong. And he's that kind of player. He'll take advantage of you not properly meeting him, but Fuudo has already established it in there with the offense. Command throw early.
Now with the corner position, so now it's MOV's turn to try to get out of the corner, but here we go. Irish whip, setup, mix up again.
Confirm. One more. Fuudo needs. Great
block. That should do it for the stun.
Stun again. Fuudo building a bunch of meter with command throw. You can see already so close to that critical art in the bottom left there.
So smart, yeah.
Fuudo.
Great job from Fuudo, and he's off to a quick start here. Every round he's been winning faster and faster.
He's been getting in so quick. He's actually winning the footsie battle against Chun-Li. Whiff, punish with command throw.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Like early on, we all thought Mika had terrible footsies. You can't get in. But Fuudo's showing that is just not true.
Oh, baited the throw, but not in time. Okay. Gotta be careful. But yeah, Fuudo winning on the ground, stuffing out these air legs on the way in. He's doing such an excellent job of stopping MOV Chun.
Here comes the pressure from MOV. Trying to diffuse that a little bit with the neutral jump from R.Mika. Okay, using the V reversal against that charge drop kick, that's a very common tactic because you just don't want to deal with that.
Oh, block again. Gets it. Oh, this has got to be max, right? EX in there, just needs a couple of more, and that's a confirm. He's got it. Game 2 already for Fuudo. So quick, it's a 2-0 for him. And that was 2 dominating rounds. You'll see, Fuudo, he is a fantastic player on offense. He has all the offense in the world, but it's because MOV can't establish footsies. He's beating him on the ground as well as just getting things started quicker.
Yeah, and just like that, Fuudo up 2-0. Let's see if MOV can make any sort of adjustments. And you can see him thinking about it, telling Fuudo to wait for a little second, and now they're going back in it.
Yeah, right back in it.
I'm curious to see. I mean,
and Fuudo, look at the air-to-air. He's had such great air-to-airs already, and anti-airs with that crouching strong from Mika.
And I didn't like how MOV started that round by kind of walking backwards a little bit, giving up some of that space, but now with the offense starting, trying to apply that pressure, that's going to be safe, but negative.
Yeah, so after that, Chun-Li, she's put in a mix-up against characters with command throw. Will it be command throw? Will it be button? You just kind of have to guess, and MOV guessed right that time.
Well, here we go. Okay, Nadeshko mix-up, a great block.
And there's the bird. What an escape, nice. MOV. So clutch in that situation. Big jump chance here for Fuudo. This is going to be huge. No meter to get out from MOV, and it's another hit. He needs one more after this.
Okay, the V reversal. Smart also draining his dizzies and stun meter.
Great defense from Fuudo. Blocked out the air legs, caught him out of the air, gets the confirm. Fuudo needs one more, but the bird from MOV.
He delayed that bird kick, so Fuudo walked up there waiting for the reversal timing. He walked up, no reversal bird kicks, and that's a common tactic. You hit the button slightly after reversal timing, and that's actually when MOV did the EX bird kick, and that's why it caught Fuudo off guard.
Yeah, it was excellent timing, and now Fuudo jumping forward. He's the one trying to press the offense as MOV has taken back control. Roundhouse.
Fuudo has a lot of meter, but for R.Mika, that's not about supers. That's usually just lots of corner carry from EX Flying Peach. But here comes the air lightning kicks from MOV.
In there already, and Fuudo not answering as well as he has. One more for stun.
And there it is. The throw is going to do it. MOV is on the board versus Fuudo. It is now 2-1 Fuudo.
So quickly he turned it on, and you see that's what you expect out of this matchup. That's what you expect it to look like. Her to control the ground, get fireballs out, anti-air, keep up the offense, and Fuudo really, his defense was so great at the start of this set, but a couple of cracks there in the armor. See him thinking about it? Yeah.
All right, ready to go. Let's go. Round 1. Game 4. Fight. Fuudo up 2-1.
Early. Wow, he just went right for the clap. You see, so he didn't have EX to keep it up, so he went for a different setup off of that. This is a punish to the corner.
Yeah, again, a different setup. Went for the regular throw and just got caught by the air lightning kicks. Such a powerful tool for Chun-Li, and off of that forward dash, he gets that mix-up. So no quick rise that time from Fuudo.
Delayed, gets in there, love the V reversal, but the drop kick.
Nadeshko still coming from behind.
It's always the tag team you got to watch out for. Got to be careful. Fuudo trying to approach. There's the jab, finds the hit, and now going to have offense for himself as well as corner carry.
EX flying beach right into the corner, dashes up, jab into the...
Regular throw. A command throw will do it, but wake up back throw from MOV. It's all those birds. He has them convinced.
Trying to bait that out. Oh, look at that towards medium kick.
Not out of it just yet. Does he risk the bird after? No, he went for the throw. Okay.
Oh, that was such a smart thing from MOV. He had the right read that Fuudo wasn't going to do it, but Fuudo walked backwards out of Chun-Li's range. Chun-Li not one of the characters with great throw range.
Oh, just went for it on block. He expected MOV to hit a button to try to punish that target combo, and instead just committed all the way. Fuudo took a pretty big risk, not punished too badly for it.
All right, just trying to find a way in, but again, MOV giving up a lot of space little by little, walking back, but then the air leg turns it around right away.
Yeah, love the confirm wake-up button from Fuudo. EX, gonna get Nadeshko.
Oh, from the top. Interesting. I wonder if that was an execution error.
He already committed to it. I think he expected something else. Oh, love the confirm from MOV. Spends all the bar. He gets a setup after this as well, so we'll see if Fuudo maybe delayed rise. Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with it.
Instant head stomp in the lightning, and Fuudo walks into it. Was thinking that MOV was going to go for stomp and the cross up potentially.
Oh yeah, probably something like that is what you'd expect. You know, if he did medium kick there instead of the stomp, would have landed behind. Ooh, opened up with roundhouse.
Fuudo on match point. MOV needs to win this round to tie it up at 2-2.
And no meter for MOV. Fuudo already near the corner. This is a bad spot to be. Oh, gets under. He gave it up. He could have confirmed with EX again there, but didn't do it. Keeping up offense. There's the fear reversal. Great work.
Oh, and baited out the throw with the air lightning kicks.
And it should be for MOV.
And now, just like that, MOV is at match point. Whatever it was that, remember, he stopped after 2 games and was kind of like, let me think about this a bit. Whatever it was that he thought about is definitely working, because he is at match point now versus Fuudo.
There's much less fear, and I think there's a lot less success on Fuudo on the ground. The ground game has looked much better for MOV so far. Caught him out of the air trying to jump.
That's punishable.
Yeah, missed from Fuudo. I think he just missed the button he input there. Throw select, OS, but MOV is all over all the options Fuudo's going for at this point.
Oh wow, just goes 2 crouching jabs into bird kick, and again.
Stuff Fuudo trying to anti-air it. Oh, gets under.
All right, so what's the mix-up?
This is a huge chance. Fuudo has to get pressure off of this, and if he doesn't, which he doesn't, MOV is in there. One more.
Oh, he finally counters it and gets the crouch throw. Remember, we've seen this. All it takes is 1 mix-up from R.Mika.
He needs 1 more to do it.
What is it? Okay,
it was
great block.
timing.
Great block.
Gets in there, and the combo.
That's going to confirm him, and that's going to
stun.
Fuudo's going to take it to the last round. We're at the last round, last game here in the very first match at Evolution 2016.
Well, we had to start things off right. It wouldn't be okay if it wasn't the Mandalay Bay and didn't come down to this.
Yeah, it was all planned, you know.
All part of the script, James. Fuudo trying to get in there. Has a bar for himself, which is important, right? That EX peach to get through, and also for armor.
Good trade for Fuudo. Wants to get on
the low profile, you saw it.
Yeah,
just gets right under the drop kick.
And again, see, whenever you quick rise after the bird kick, you put yourself into that Chun-Li mix-up. When he didn't do the quick rise, it kind of threw MOV off a little bit.
Yeah, the setup wasn't as strong. Love to confirm. 1 more will do it for MOV. He has critical art on deck. Oh man, that crouching medium kick is the most dangerous button.
When he spins the meter!
EX, yeah, there's going to be a Nadeshko.
And Nadeshko going rogue and then grabbing him with the
other side.
Airplane.
Oh, Fuudo's in there to command throw. He's not out of this just yet. Oh, he whipped the throw, but no punish.
Oh, okay, traded.
The defense, he's got it.
Be able to hit.
It should be the roundhouse. It's going to be enough. Fuudo, he moves on to winner's finals of EVO. What a match. And it was the clutch defense on that air legs that really kept them alive. MOV panicked, pulled the trigger on the bird, and Fuudo had the jump ready to go.
Wow, what a great way to start here. The top 8 of Street Fighter 5. Presented by Sony PlayStation 4. Great first match there. MOV, of course, remember, this is a double elimination bracket, so MOV will be set to losers bracket now. He still has a chance to go through losers side.
Yeah, and it was a really strong performance, so it's not like he looked out of it at all. We're going to take a peek at some of the stuff you just saw, the confirm from MOV. My favorite part about this too is that Fuudo he was in the right mindset to not quick rise. He didn't want to eat the setup afterwards. You see, he forced MOV to go for something a bit different, which of course was strong in its own merit, but
and then here we go, blocking that EX bird kick, gets the crush counter, And all it takes is one more mix-up at this point. But good block from MOV there, but then confirming off of the crouching fierce at just the right range.
Yeah, I got the counter hit at the very tip of it. Love the spacing from Fuudo. And here was at the very end. You see that clutch block on the, brings out the bird, gets the confirm. What work from Fuudo to close it out. See the excitement. He is an EVO champion in Street Fighter.
That's true.
Should keep that in mind. Is Fuudo. 2011, he won in Street Fighter 4 with Fei Long. A long time since then, but he moves into winners finals of the bracket.
That's right, and coming up next, the other side of the winners bracket, we
And
have
his opponent,
YUKADON
representing Korea, Infiltration!
And he's going up against Infiltration. YUKADON, a strong Nash player, but he's going to be going up against what might be the strongest Nash player on the planet right now. Of course, that is Infiltration from Korea.
Yeah, I think undoubtedly the man coming into EVO that everybody was so frightened of. You know, Infiltration, his performances have been fantastic. He has had rare moments of weakness, right? Besides maybe CEO, I think he's looked incredibly impressive at every event. I mean, even CEO, second place.
Right. He didn't do that great. He only got second place, right? Yeah. But I mean, even earlier in this tournament, you know, Rom took him to the brink. Earlier in semi or quarterfinals, it was. So
that's one thing you mentioned yesterday, right? We feel like YUKADON, he looked consistently strong all the way through on his road to top 8, and Infiltration had rare moments of weakness.
But here's the thing, like I said, a lot of players don't know much about YUKADON. We've definitely seen him at some tournaments in Asia, and he's performed really well. Really high-ranked Japanese Nash player, and in fact, I was told that YUKADON is who a lot of the players went to get practice against Infiltration.
Yeah, we were specifically told that for Infiltration, Daigo and Tokido were practicing with YUKADON Nash, and that was the player they were looking at. As a reminder, YUKADON beat Daigo not too long ago at an event.
That's right.
And if you probably saw the sick gif of him online versus Kazunoko, or he did the jump roundhouse into super. It was like the craziest thing I've ever seen. But YUKADON, MOV, and EITA all trained together at a house in Japan. So the three of them at a gaming house in Japan. So the three of them are all in top 8 of EVO together, and it just proves that training is paying off, right? Two of them in winner side of the bracket.
Yeah, but of course, Infiltration, another former EVO champion for Street Fighter 4. And look, coming into this, everyone was talking about Infiltration and Tokido, but Infiltration is the one so far with the consistency. He's here in top 8. He's still in the winner's bracket. He's done this a million times now, it feels like. There was one year where it almost felt like he was invincible.
The year of 2012 was the year of Infiltration.
That's right.
It was really just one of those years where when you looked at the results, and Infiltration was at the top, it was to be expected.
It was almost like you thought it was like placeholder text, you know?
Yeah.
Like he couldn't have possibly won that many events. Infiltration.
It was an absolutely incredible year for him. And I think that it's no doubt that Street Fighter 5 so far has been shaping up to be the year of Infiltration. We'll see if YUKADON can be the man to stop him. It's going to be a Nash mirror. Usually you think about Nash, super fireball, mobility character. The mirror is not going to be that different, although throwing booms against Nash, not as effective.
Yeah, it's dangerous, especially once he gets that V-trigger, because it's very easy to react to the sonic boom and punish from the other side. Of course, if the other guy has V-trigger, he can respond with his own V-trigger cancel.
Yeah, so what you're going to see is lots of absorbing the boom and way more footsies than Nash usually likes to play. So it's not going to be as much projectiles as you'd think. Very scrambly matchup.
Infiltration, always a very mobile Nash, dashing around back and forth.
Yeah, very similar to his DiCaprio play. That's one thing you'll notice about him. Very frustrating to deal with. He feigns a lot of movement. He'll just kind of hang out and relax on that range. Although for Infiltration, excellent footsies. You can see him player 2 side in the red.
Yeah, already a great start, training half the life of YUKADON.
Oh, excuse me, Infiltration in the white.
Yes.
Gets clipped by the moonsault pressure. On the end.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He wasn't expecting that to be a touchdown. Otherwise, we'd have been able to confirm the moonsault slash. But nice EX side with anti-air. Yeah, see, there was, but he was too far.
He did the wrong strength. I think the boom pushed him forward. You see the weight from Infiltration. He knew it was going to hit. That is the kind of character knowledge that you expect out of him. The understanding that, look, I saw the backdash. I'm just going to hang out, let the boom hit you, ping pong right into my crouching fierce. Love it. Great work from him. There's that forward light kick. Excellent air-to-air from Infiltration. Great block on the overhead and the punish.
Yeah.
Great confirm. He gets pressure here as well. And Infiltration all over YUKADON so far.
Yeah, right now this is definitely looking pretty one-sided. Infiltration still on the pressure, almost stunned.
Yeah, close to it. And you see the chase down. He doesn't want to give it up. The rapid jabs just to try to get any of that damage he can.
Yeah, YUKADON, of course, not sitting on enough meter. for
Great
a
confirm.
super.
Oh,
what a
interesting.
reset. Okay.
He's supposed to stun himself, but the wake up, infiltration, had it ready. Sticks out the jab. You had to think it was buffered into side super or more likely.
I love the option though that he went with the standing light punch because he was thinking to himself, maybe he's gonna recover in time. So I'm gonna just throw out the fastest move. It's gonna kill you in time. So there you go.
Right, and even if it hadn't been a punish, right, if he stuck out any button, he was going to lose the threat. Confirmed from YUKADON, that was great work.
Good stuff.
See the V gauge already built for infiltration just by absorbing 2 booms.
Yeah, there you saw right there. Of course, infiltration the best at using that knee, the towards light kick as an anti-air against YUKADON's neutral jump.
Man, I love that counter hit confirmed from infiltration. He tried to jab anti-air that, didn't get it. Low strong may be a better option, but he wasn't as prepared. Air to air from infiltration, but okay, they both
same
equipped
problem,
that.
yeah. Same problem, just a little too close.
I think both a bit greedy on the punish. Should probably try maybe a faster.
Or just go in the air version or something like
or
that.
maybe just stand medium punch in the side or something, right? Big jump and a miss anti-air from YUKADON.
But that's also because Nash with that juicy jump roundhouse, the jump heavy kick.
An amazing button. Starts with a scythe and gets the counter hit, although wake up buttons from YUKADON works out as well.
Oh, he's gonna get the anti-air. Yep, there it is.
Lands on the critical art. Now it's gonna be damaged. He has positioning too. He can dash up and get pressure, or he can slow it down. And he goes in.
All right, good block.
Oh, infiltration. You see forward light kick just to get under.
That's one of his most common tactics that you see to get away from cross-ups.
Excellent. Just knowledge from infiltration. And you know the critical art's on deck. YUKADON makes any kind of mistake, it's going to be brought out.
And you know, even though it's not hitting buttons or whatever, but when you see infiltration forward dash, back dash, it's just that movement is so crisp and it's just so beautiful.
You see these delays, if any of these medium punches land, it's going to be confirmed side super. And you know infiltration's got it on deck.
Good air to air there. Once again, stopping YUKADON from getting any pressure in.
Oh, what a jump, but he wasn't in range.
A little too far. Now we're close to stun, although YUKADON does have the V reversal, but you know what? It doesn't even matter.
And infiltration in those situations, you notice when he has a huge lead, he does not stick out big buttons. Nothing big or that has a lot of recovery. It's just jab. Something super light. So if his opponent does come into something, he can still block, or he could get away, right? He's not doing sweeps or any kind of big attack like that.
Back fists or anything like that. Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the most important things at the end of the round is not to overcommit on big buttons like that.
Right, YUKADON. You know, the key thing about this so far is I just feel like YUKADON hasn't figured out a way to break infiltration's defense. He hasn't really gotten any sort of offensive pressure going at all.
Yeah, and infiltration in the footsies has looked so strong. He has the control in the neutral almost the whole time.
Right. So see, like YUKADON got in there. He did like crouch strong, and then infiltration just blocked the whole thing, and guess what? Back to neutral again.
Yeah, and conversely, when infiltration gets in there, he makes his mix-ups count way more. You see no boom because he was scared of the deep trigger from YUKADON.
And you know, it's kind of interesting. He jumped at him, he knew that YUKADON had that meter. Maybe he's trying to bait him to use those EX slashes with that giant life lead. Oh, again, too far.
Out of range, yeah. Tried jab, and punish?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, maybe a whiff from YUKADON. Was expecting something else. And now infiltration looking to close it out 3-0 convincingly and move himself in the winners finals.
We saw MOB make a great comeback against Fuudo to lose at the last second, but infiltration trying to show that he is not going to give YUKADON any sort of similar chances.
Huge jump in from YUKADON. I love the confirm to the corner and the walk down pressure.
With the patience and the defense from infiltration again, too far. They're insistent on using the ground.
How many James? Okay.
Oh, he tried to do
yeah, YUKADON did jump tech OS to get out of the corner.
Oh yeah, I needed low roundhouse. That's very punishable for infiltration.
The dash out and just intercept with the back fist. Confirm, he can spend the super, and he does. Critical Art's going to close it out for YUKADON. No meter going into the third round, but you got to spend it.
Yeah, they got to do it, and now with a little bit of a chance, with a little bit of life, getting on the board. Of course, infiltration, though, sitting for a full meter. You may even choose to spend this on the first hit to get a life lead really fast, and then be able to build meter at the same rate as YUKADON.
Right, that's exactly what he's thinking, because, you know, if he spends it right now, he's going to have the exact same meter. He did.
Exactly. Oh, but he went early. So that's a huge opportunity now for YUKADON. Now it's an even fight. Before, even though they had the same life, all that super meter for Infiltration clearly gave him the lead.
Now Infiltration cornered. The defense is cracking from Infiltration. Maybe mistakes now as of that critical art whip. Uh-oh, this is a bad spot. Stun will be there.
But again,
Great
block
punish.
on that overhead.
I love that he escaped with the V-trigger. He didn't even care about spending it offensively. He just wanted to get out of there. But around for YUKADON.
Yeah, I love that YUKADON tech that throw. He was ready for Infiltration to teleport and then dash forward and all of a sudden switch to offense.
And Infiltration trying to stick out these buttons. And that should be that. YUKADON puts himself on the board. You have to think Infiltration playing a bit flustered after he dropped that critical art. I think it maybe got to him.
Nash wins.
It was a big miss. That was a lot of resources to spend on what could have been a 50% lead.
And kind of a similar situation to the last match we saw, right? It looked like Fuudo was dominating the first two. Looked like he was going to win it 3 straight. And then all of a sudden, MOV brought it all the way back. YUKADON's going to try to do the same thing right now.
Oh yeah, sometimes you can confirm off that forward light kick and a jab. Didn't get it at that range.
You have to know the proper ranges to use it.
Yeah,
And again,
max distance.
Infiltration uses that air-to-air so well, and gets the frame trap on him.
Yeah, confirming. You see the counter hit confirm from Infiltration off light kick. Even builds the meter at the end. What a way to
Steal some
go.
of that meter from YUKADON, coming into the next round with a 1-bar advantage.
EX early.
Infiltration at match point again.
Back to the usual control you expect to in this game.
Great block.
You see the dash up. Infiltration tries to take up space after. There's the neutral jump.
He was not expecting, he was just trying to get some extra chip off of the Sonic Boom.
Catches him again. And one more for stun, more than likely for Infiltration. Uses the EX for frame. And YUKADON out of there.
I mean,
The reset. He had the right idea with the fierce,
He
but he
went
didn't
the
get
throw
anything.
last time, and this time he went for the fierce, and it worked, but it didn't convert into anything significant.
Love the air-to-airs. Infiltration has had them the whole time this set. It's such great control. You see he's looking for frame traps, not working out. YUKADON on critical art.
Great defense from YUKADON that time, not falling for the frame trap attempt from Infiltration.
Wow, the jump in from
Oh,
Infiltration.
there it is, he's gonna convert it to
was
the
a
super,
block.
but it was too much.
No, but Infiltration drops, keeps himself safe with a sight, and the overheads from Infiltration. What presence of mind to see the block, go for the V-trigger to get out of there, double overhead to close it out. That's the kind of knowledge you have to have as your character, but also in the heat of the moment on the EVO stage to say, I just dropped this, but I can compose myself and clutch it out.
Yeah, and have the awareness, and not even just to keep yourself safe, but he turned it into immediate offense. He's like, oh, I need to save myself. Saved himself, overhead, low jab, overhead, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. That was clinical stuff. And you know, after that first overhead, there was the immediate down back, like, oh, I got hit by the overhead, stand up, duck, another overhead right away. Yeah.
Exactly. So again, it's all about being able to take every situation that you're given and turn it into something proper for yourself. You know?
Exactly, and it's so hard to do at the pace that Infiltration plays. It's so quick, you can see it, although there's been a lot of whiffs there in that situation. And that was, you see the weight.
It caught the back dash.
Yeah,
and then just went right into the overhead.
As soon as he threw that EX boom, he just sat there and said, I know that this is going to hit, so I don't even have to move. That was the game winner that YUKADON had just a second ago, and the miss confirmed.
Yeah, and then Infiltration here with a miss, and so immediately, right, see? He covered a mistake and immediately had a game plan right away. That's the thing. There's a lot of players, you know, when they're not at that level that Infiltration at, when they try to cover a mistake like that, they get safe and they're like, whew, I'm safe. And then they try to jump away or get back or something like that. But Infiltration it's just one plan right after the other, one plan right after the other.
It's constant movement. If one thing doesn't go right, the next thing is already queued up in his brain, ready to go. And it's thinking ahead of himself like that. That is so important. Just like it's so important to mention Geico Gaming, which you guys are all ready for. Check out @Geico Gaming on Twitter. You know you guys are going to be driving back for EVO. You got to be insured. You know, if you're making the trip back home, check it out for a free rate quote at geico.com.
Proud partner of TSM and Panda Global,
who had players in top 8s of a bunch of games this weekend.
That's right. They even had a booth here. You get to meet a lot of the Panda Global players. So there you go.
So it's our pleasure to be here at EVO. Those are the winner's side matches. And now we're going to have to take the trek through losers to see who can make it. Our winner's final is going to be Infiltration versus Fuudo. What a set.
I mean, look, as many of the upsets that we've had this weekend, to say that winners finals came down to Infiltration and Fuudo almost kind of feels like things are normalizing here, right?
Right,
so,
yeah. And then that's two former EVO champions, 2011 as well as 2012 in Street Fighter 4. Two of the strongest players. And when we talked, you know, we did a show and we talked about the players we expected to do well. I think that those are the two of the players we expected, but maybe not in winners finals of the tournament, right? A lot of people had Fuudo as sort of like a dark horse to do well, but here he is, top 3 in the tournament with Mika. R.Mika, which is really impressive stuff. And of course, we have the losers bracket matches.
That's right.
For you guys.
The losers bracket matches are coming up very, very soon. That's going to be EITA going up against L.I. Joe.
The solo American representative. The star-spangled awesome shine on his bald head. You can see it from here in the Mandalay Bay.
L.I. Joe, a real American hero here at Evolution 2016. When he won his match against Kazunoko, the way that you could see the emotion on his face. You could just see it. He was so beside himself and absolutely deserved it. Could not happen to a nicer person. Like, seriously, one of the greatest people in this FGC.
Yeah, and he's going to be playing him up against EITA, of course, of Japan. Super, super strong Ken player. So it's gonna be a slobber knocker. I'm really curious to see how it goes. Very active player, but Joe's the same way himself. So. Yeah.
And you know what? Joe's had some success before in the past against some of the Ken players. You remember early on, he fought Prentice Cool. He's also fought like Julio in some tournaments.
And Winter Brawl, he beat him in Grand Finals.
So. Exactly. So L.I. Joe does have a lot of experience against that aggressive style of Ken, which EITA definitely is a member of.
Yeah, and it's a long set, 3 out of 5. So there's definitely a chance for him to understand and figure out what's happening, just in case things go sour at first.
Our next player representing Japan, give it up for EITA. And his opponent, representing America, give it up for Long Island Joe!
Joe's soaking this in right now, and I also really appreciated that EITA seemed to be really enjoying himself soaking in the crowd as well.
He was in the alternate costume, Goichi, for a second there, but then put on the default costume and came back out.
That's right.
You guys will see that DLC later, but it's L.I. Joe up to the stage.
And you saw his New York friend, Mr. IFC Yipes there, welcome him onto the stage. L.I. Joe representing the United States here at the grand stage at the Mandalay Bay of Evolution 2016. You know the crowd is going to be behind him. You know they're going to be cheering every single time. Oh, did you see?
He wagged him over and said, come on now.
It is like, let's get to this now. Let's get to this.
Let's throw it on. They both seem excited to be there, though. This is EVO, of course. The stage, incredible. I cannot wait to see this. Like we mentioned, two sort of scrambly kind of players. They excel in the scramble. They like to make things fast. They both play at such incredible speed, so we'll see how it goes. You know, Nash, you don't typically think of him as that kind of character, right? You think of movement, but nothing too dangerous. But Joe, he likes to get in there and just throw down.
Yeah, and of course, we already saw two Nashes earlier with Infiltration and YUKADON.
Right.
And of course, L.I. Joe bringing that character in there. You know, it's interesting because Nash was one of those characters that early on, everyone was like, wow, Infiltration's winning with him. He must be really good. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, no one else is really doing that well with this character.
Right.
It's all about Chun-Li and Ryu and Ken. You know, these are obviously the best, Ken and Kali. And then, lo and behold, 3 Nashes here in top 8.
You know, despite whether the character is good or not, he has such a solid tool set where if you play well, you can beat any character. Yeah. Right? And you can beat any player. You just have to be on point. Your defense has to be solid. And when you get the offense, you got to make it count.
Love the fist bump there. Love the respect between the two players going up against each other. And as we said, it is going to be L.I. Joe, of course, using Nash, and EITA using Ken. Ken, of course, you're going to expect him to try to get a lot of rush down, and Nash, not, you know, like you said, not a huge damage all at once character if he doesn't have the suit, the critical art all ready to go. Very much, as we saw earlier, just kind of a scrambly, hit you, do little bits of damage here and
hit
there.
and run fighter. He's going to get a lot of his damage from being a wall, frustrating his opponent. Ken, tons of damage, tons of corner carry, lots of offense. You'll notice, wow, the jump at the start from Joe.
But he didn't believe that it was going to hit, so he didn't have the combo afterwards, unfortunately.
One thing you got to watch for Ken is that dash and that run. Unsafe to do in there, but it's just so quick, so difficult to deal with all the offensive options of Ken at once. And when you mix it up like EITA does between jump regular, jump Tatsu, which he already has done, dash, it's just so tough to cover all the options, and you can see it.
Where Ken wants you to be, just in the corner, already there. Okay, Joe punishes the throw and gets the back throw, so now he switched the corner position.
Well, puts himself right back in there. And block. You see, Joe is respecting uppercut early from EITA. He knows that that's the kind of style he likes to do. He's another solid hit from doing this. Back to the corner. And another throw. What's it going to be? Overhead. Great work from EITA. Textbook. Love the back throw back to the corner. That was great work. Knowledge of where he was on screen.
Yeah, you can see how they were both fighting for that corner position. Both of them doing back throws all day.
Yeah, Joe putting himself back in the corner for offenses. That's his kind of style. He doesn't mind taking those kind of risks.
And he's using a lot of his meter right now for the anti-airs, but that's fine because you want to keep Ken out of there. Keeping Ken out is one of the most important things, and just falling victim to that run cancel again. Run cancel not safe.
There's the air-to-air, but EITA just right back in, close to stun. One more will be it.
Okay, gets out of there.
Joe finds his way out, still lots of stun and a deficit, but at least no longer in the corner.
Joe is now trying to punish. What a whip punish, and now he's got a full meter. So one hit could lead to a lot of damage and a potential comeback, but a great uppercut.
Joe still sitting on that critical, man. If that had been, oh, he got up. That was an autocorrect for sure. He dashed under, probably tried to hit fierce. Just got the tragedy assault on the other side. That'll happen.
All right, so EITA taking game one. Again, this is loser side of the bracket here. So these players had already been sent to losers earlier in the tournament. Loss will mean that they are eliminated from this tournament.
Early confirms from EITA. You see that two-hit target combo. I love it. There's the punish on the run. You got to have that crush counter. It's going to be big for Joe. He has offense. He keeps it up. And just back to the zoning.
It's like we said, a little bit of scrambling, kind of a very good balance between offense and defense. It's what you're going to see a lot from Nash. And he's going to, stay to the front. Great block from EITA, but here comes L.I. Joe. Gets the crouch cutter sweep. But here, EITA waking up with the uppercut, canceling the V-trigger. Chasing him down for the throw. And
now a couple more. Oh, Joe's out of there. Spends the EX.
Oh, no EX. Scythe.
Yeah, didn't have the answer on time. Duck, and he could have got the punish, but it was just too far.
Wake up standing light punch.
Throw, and that's going to be it. Safest option. EITA just really walked up, and Joe didn't believe the throw was coming.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, we see a lot of the Asian players, Infiltration, Japanese players, using the jump back OS throw tech. Sometimes I feel like that's missing from a lot of the US players' game.
Yeah, not implemented as often. There's the confirm from Joe, double jab, spends the bar, 50% lead for him early, and you see EITA insistent on jumping. He'll do jump, empty, jump with a button, or jump with Tatsu, and switching up between those options makes it so tough to anti-air. Huge
he's
jump
going to be able to get
Joe.
the punish on that, decides not to spend meter. Just going for chip as much as he can.
Trigger back to the corner again.
Corner, but great defense block. B triggers, B reversals out of there.
No stuff on Tatsu, but safe, yeah. Joe,
but
love
the
the
knee.
spacing.
The knee catching EITA off guard, and Joe on the board, 1 round.
Good work to him. That was lovely spacing just to know that was going to be good. Full critical art for both players. Anti-air no good because of the Tatsu. So tough to deal with.
And Joe is sitting on him here. He's showing you he's
and
not,
there it is.
He's going to spend it right on the critical art. But again, he's going to have a life lead here, but EITA's sitting on a full meter as well. So still pretty tied right now between the two players.
I like that Joe didn't go in too hard after that. Just the boom into the side. Didn't commit to hard offense. And you'll see that EITA will punish or go in with uppercuts and stuff like that. V-reversal allowed to escape, but oh man, EITA's going to have corner position against Ken. This is going to be a rough series for Joe to deal with.
Good blocks and challenge on that target combo. What an autocorrect uppercut.
Other side, but okay, didn't get the confirmed. Joe punishing the run. Not out of this just yet. Will there be a jump from EITA? You know it's got to come eventually. No confirm. That could have been critical art.
Right, absorbing some of that to get.
Oh, what an anti-air! EITA not out of it yet.
Oh, once again.
The run, he got the punish. Joe ties it up.
Into the heavy kick EX side, and he takes his first game. He ties it up 1-1.
Oh, man.
EITA's like, sit back down.
Yeah,
We've got some more games to go.
We've got some Street Fighter to play. I'm trying to hit some buttons. So Joe puts himself on the board, punishes the run, and you know, he's been pretty consistent about that so far. And if EITA sees that, then that's when he can start switching things up and going for other options.
All right, Joe's good dashing up, getting throw, but crush counter sweep. EITA gonna use that to set up a cross up, and then just gets the frame trap.
Confirm.
In the front, EITA thought he was going to the other side, because, you know, that's what Nash will try to do to escape the corner.
Uppercut. Oh, dash to the other side.
And
that's a confirm.
On the roundhouse, great confirm. Too far for that.
Crush counter. And if he spends bar, it's going to be a lot of damage.
Not quite enough.
Yeah. One more will do it for Joe. Oh, out of range of the knee. You get the jump with the uppercut.
Damage now from Ken. Trying to get in there.
Out of there. Great block from EITA. Joe not out of it. The anti-air toss, but he came out with the butt.
He came down with the button. Last time he thought he was at a safe distance, so he didn't do anything. And EITA caught him with that EX Tatsu. But this time he was like, you know what? You're going to try it again. I'm hitting the button.
And if EITA had done uppercut instead, he would have beat it clean. The jump in from Joe is huge. Does he have a read now? It's been a couple of times. Moonsault immediately, yeah.
What a great uppercut from EITA. But there we go. That crouch jab, light sight. That's what got him in the top 8 against Kazunoko.
Gonna be pressure. This time he does go for the pressure. Lands the throw. Joe with a big lead. EITA gotta make something happen now. No meter though, which means it's gonna be tough for Joe to anti-air. He doesn't have the EX sight.
Dash forward, get that low, medium kick, dash back. In and out style from.
Oh, he's out of there. The chase down from EITA, but Joe can't get the punish. But there's the combo. It's not enough. He needs one more. He jumped over the fireball. Joe up 2-1 over EITA from Japan.
And there you see Joe's father there watching him, cheering on his boy here at Evolution.
The lone American up 2-1 now.
And the calmness right now on Joe's face.
And EITA as well. He doesn't look too shook. Opens with scythe. So it's a great starter. And block. You see Joe will just hang out and block because he doesn't want to risk the uppercut.
Great confirm, and he gets the scythe combo.
Jump over, but the uppercut from EITA. Yeah, had the autocorrect on deck.
Even though Joe's up 2-1, EITA's really been on point with some of those anti-airs.
And Joe escapes the corner, finds himself in confirm, gets in with the knee, and there was no uppercut. Maybe EITA just not ready for it now.
Oh,
yeah, he missed it again.
He tried it, but it didn't work. And
you see the backdash? He was trying to look for the reversal. That's what he expected, and Joe didn't go for it this time. Keeps himself safe to EX, and Joe was out of there, but back in.
He tried to be tricky and go into the air and challenge him.
Love the air-to-air from Joe. Another one. He gets the punish, but it's not enough. He could have spent EX. The absorb. EITA in a great position. He could just do that. Oh,
he
a
missed that jump. I mean, that's how he won the last round.
Do it. One more. Joe got hit. Double low short. Yeah, maybe stood up. Maybe tried a button. Who knows? But a round for EITA.
Maybe even tried a V reversal and accidentally stood up or something, but in any case, cocked low. EITA taking that first round.
You know, that jump for Joe has worked out a lot of these times. He's really had a great read on when there's going to be projectiles.
Oh, that was so far that he punched that fireball.
Yeah, hit the hurt box of the fireball on startup. Great work for him. Patient defense from Joe. No anti-air though.
And again, the problem position again. Joe trapped in the corner. Beautiful forward dash to get out of there.
Gets the throw.
That wasn't a counter hit.
Oh, and he waited for the uppercut again, and EITA he understood that that's what Joe's been going for so often. But you baited the throw. It's going to be critical art. Now a lead for Joe. Still got to close out this round if he wants to get this game.
Just a tiny bit of life left, but you know, Ken can do so much damage so quickly. You are not out of the waters in any shape or form.
But he's going to get the round just like that. Joe, match point on EITA from Japan. We'll see if he can do it.
Loser of this is sent out of the tournament. EITA now down.
Oh, what a read from Joe!
Started from the tragedy of self.
And you know, EITA almost had critical art, and now because of that, Joe keeps up the offense. Great under.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't combo, was a bit too far. I think he understood.
He knew that. Yeah, and he didn't accidentally go into it. Great uppercut from EITA. EITA chasing him down, gets a throw. Now EITA has him in the corner.
There's the tech. Great work. Dash up from Joe. Other side, he gets under, and now Joe can escape, although crush counter.
Gets the crush counter and the uppercut confirmed. Goes in there with the V trigger. A little too far for that low cone fireball to connect. Great block on the cross up.
Joe's sitting on a lot of meter as well as V-trigger. You gotta be careful if you're EITA. Oh man, took the big risk on the way in.
Yeah, just try to get in. Maybe thought Joe was gonna throw a fireball.
Joe, one critical R from taking this. Gotta be wary of the trigger.
Oh,
Anti-air.
And then dashes into the fireball.
In the front, he got him. He spends the critical R. And Joe, he's got it.
Is going to advance.
No, he got it just at the end, and L.I. Joe takes it. He lives in the tournament. The lone American representative takes out EITA from Japan.
L.I. Joe moving on loser's side bracket, taking out EITA from Japan, and there you see Joe. You see the kind of person that he is. Even at the same time congratulating EITA and letting, trying to give some shine to EITA as well.
Showing that respect as competitors. Making top 8 in EVO is such a journey, it's such a task, and anybody who's done it, truly an incredible player.
You hear the audience chanting USA for one L.I. Joe, Long Island Joe,
But you have to give it up to EITA from Japan. Such an excellent performance to make top 8 in the tournament. So many strong competitors he beat on the way here.
Yeah, it's not another one of those players that, kind of slipped through the cracks. A lot of people didn't have them on their fantasy brackets, and here's EITA. He made it this far, so great job to him.
Yeah, truly excellent stuff. We're going to see some of the highlights of that match, and a lot of these rounds were just neck and neck. It was the nail-biter rounds, and whoever was closing it out, just the most clutch. There's that roundhouse he came down with.
Trade was so important, and there we go now. And EITA getting that throw, trying to finish off the round, and gets it with that crouch light kick. And then,
there's
from
the confirm.
front, EITA thought he was going to teleport maybe to the other side in the air, and just that last hit was going to do it. L.I. Joe advances on loser's side bracket.
Yeah, it was excellent stuff. What a way to go from Joe. No one really knew what to expect coming into this. He was not one of the American players I think a lot of players expected to make it in the top 8, and no one knew how far he'd go. He moves on and advances.
That's right. Of course, we also have another loser's side bracket coming up. And that is going to be between Goichi and NEMO, both from Japan.
Yeah, 2 more Japanese players on deck for you guys.
All right. We're going to go to a quick break here.
And his opponent, also representing Japan, it's NEMO!
All right, so the next matchup we have is Go-Ichi going up against NEMO, both players from Japan. There you see NEMO walking up to the stage.
He's had such an incredible EVO so far. His Vega play has been something else. It's really fun to watch, especially if you're a fan of his Rolento play in the last game. Super active player, lots of buttons. He will wake up standing light kick like 90% of the time, and he won't feel bad about it. He's just that kind of player. I think his goal is to make you upset, frustrated, and he has a very fun style to watch. So he's going to be playing against Go-Ichi Chun, who I think has had some of the best results out of any Chun player just so far in all of CPT, as far as I can think of.
I mean, he did really well at CEO as well, but you know, you were talking about NEMO. Before, we used to watch him in Street Fighter 4. He would play Rolento, and there would be entire rounds where he would not block once. Even when you would knock him down and try to attack him, he would wake up with stand jabs. And
James, if you're blocking, you can't hit a button. And there's no fun when you're not hitting buttons.
That's not NEMO's style for sure. But NEMO, I really like the Vega choice for him because, as we said, you know, he's a Rolento player. Vega's has that similar kind of foot speed, also mobility, a lot of options between the two different stances. So I think that's a really good pick. But as you mentioned, Go-Ichi, one of the most successful Chun-Li players that we've seen on the circuit. As I just mentioned, he did super well at CEO. He's going to be going, I mean, his Chun-Li is going to be really tested here against NEMO.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind about him, you know, Go-Ichi doesn't just have tricks with Chun. He has great footsies and all that. His execution is excellent. He hits all the combos. He has all the setup. Very complete Chun-Li player. He's not someone who just has one part of his game down. And it's the same thing for NEMO. He has these crazy setups that almost nobody else does with Vega. And he takes advantage of the walk speed well. So it's going to be a really footsie-heavy matchup. It's going to be a lot of pestering from Vega. And when Chun knocks him down and gets some kind of pressure to lock him up, it's going to be tough. We'll see how it goes. Two of the strongest players out of Japan. And as we mentioned, I think earlier, if you guys didn't know, NEMO sponsored Alienware Japan now. See the shirt he is repping there. So.
That just happened very recently.
Yeah, it's just less than a month ago probably, yeah, just a few weeks. So
NEMO now going into a full sponsored player. Going to be trying to get into the Capcom on Pro Tour later on this year.
Vega.
See what he can do here at EVO. It's going to be Go-Ichi on the left as Chun-Li, NEMO on the right as Vega. Super fast-paced matchup. Really fast, technical characters, and we'll see how it goes. I'm also really curious to see what stance NEMO favors in this matchup, whether it's claw or no claw, because, you know, you have different options in each one, and I'm expecting him to maybe switch it up.
The one nice thing about it is both modes has the roll. The roll can be used as a raw anti-air against air lightning kicks. It's very effective.
Yeah, see, immediately no claw from him, and that's one thing he opts for pretty often, and I was thinking about. He switches between them pretty openly. Love the punish on the overhead.
Oh, there we go. Air lightning kicks immediately from Go-Ichi, and he's going to get the hit. Trying to take NEMO to the corner.
And you see the speed. Yeah, excellent punish. Didn't have down charge for lightning legs, or excuse me, bird. Air legs out of the air. Bad spot to be if you're NEMO, but the wake up short again gets out of there.
That's one of the hardest things about that air lightning kick. A lot of times you're like trying to jump in on Chun-Li, and then all of a sudden she goes for those air legs, and then it juggles you out of the air as well. Very discouraging. Nice confirm into the EX wall dive.
Gets positioning here and set up. You see the light kick. Keeps it pretty simple. Jump over and out. Chun-Li out of the corner. One thing I like about Go-Ichi, he mixes up air legs and regular jump a lot. So he doesn't just go for one or the other. So if you have an answer for one thing, he can beat it.
Oh, challenging after the lightning kick into a trade, but Chun-Li now sitting on a full super. Anything that hits can be confirmed into the critical art now.
And you see NEMO, lots of jump, lots of dash back. He doesn't want to let him do that low strong into V trigger.
He got him. And doesn't even need to use the critical art. Only spends 1 bar on the EX lightning kicks to be able to take that round, moving into the next round with 2 bars.
I love the movement from NEMO at the end of that, though, just in case he was so avoiding that low strong that he ended up running into something else. That roundhouse from him.
Going in. Oh, wow, that wasn't even a true link or anything like that, but didn't get that hit. And no challenge to the air lightning kick from NEMO.
Yeah, that's a really important thing to establish against Chun. There's the command throw as their medium. Goes for the overhead and a backdash from Go-Ichi.
Vega almost now building up to that V trigger, going to be able to confirm to the super off of that.
You can see it. Oh, yeah, missed space slide. No critical art from Goichi.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. Like I said, V trigger confirmed in the super. But the interesting thing about NEMO so far is he's gone for a couple of risky slides.
Yeah, you know, and I think it's just to say, like, look, I will go for this, and you have to stop walking forward. You can't just take up this space. And as soon as you establish that, there's all kinds of other options you can go to. NEMO with the jump medium kick, it stuffed the anti-air.
What a great distance and timing on that jump medium kick. Not sure if that's just, you know, something that he's going to go to a lot to try to beat that anti-air light kick.
And I like that immediately again, NEMO flawless. He switches it up right away for different options. The jump in again works.
Yeah, same thing, yeah. It might be just a little secret that, you know, that he's been saving here. Gets the EX.
Has the rolling, and there's the other side. NEMO keeping up the offense. Anti-air. Yeah, at that range, not going to be able to get over it with the medium kick.
Again, getting in with that slide at a range where I don't think it was safe.
Definitely not. Goichi is just trying to walk back.
The super? No. Gonna save it.
Oh, mistimed the meaty, and that's gonna be the round. Yeah, he went for the 4 roundhouse, but there was a back roll from NEMO, which is why he got out of the way. First game to him.
He was trying to save that super so that he could confirm it like on an actual kill hit.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, sometimes players will think that way. They don't want to spend their critical art too early, or you want to save it for that last moment. But, you know, Chun-Li gets a pretty nice situation for himself afterwards, so you would think that she would want to use it. Jump in again, and you see NEMO will take lots of risks. He's not afraid of them because even if he gets punished for it, when they work out, he gets such great offense from it.
And it's just basically playing the pot odds, you know. Every once in a while you jump in, you get anti-air light kick. That's not that much damage. But you get one combo in there and all of a sudden you just do this giant chunk of damage.
Yeah, he's really not averse to those kind of risks at all.
Alright, throw, yeah. Tries to get in with that overhead. Was able to block the air lightning kicks in time, but now Goichi confirming off of the low medium punch in the V-trigger.
Confirmed from NEMO himself has the setup. Oh, you see the late rise from Goichi. He sticks it out. Gets in there with the EX. One more will do it from him. And there it is. Double jab. Caught him. Counter hit on wake up NEMO. Likely hitting stand light kick.
Round 2.
See if Goichi can keep it up. Much better round for himself. He did a great job keeping up the anti-airs. Oh, dropped the confirm, and now NEMO can punish, but he got an airborne.
Yeah, caught him out of the air, so very lucky for Goichi. Tried to walk under, but didn't make it.
Just rare with Vega's walk speed.
Goichi now with the corner position. Got a good chunk of damage on there. You see both of them neutral jump to try to stop some of the offense from the opponent.
Love the confirm. Empty from NEMO. I wonder what he did. Maybe just baiting spinning bird. Oh, caught. Didn't get the combo. NEMO can confirm into the EX. He's going to have positioning instead of here.
Wow, wake up crouching jab. Oh,
no confirm?
Yeah, not into low medium kick. Only in the standing light punch.
Goichi had the critical art on deck, so I'm surprised he didn't bring it out. Next hit will be in a critical art. You got to watch out for that fierce confirm.
Here it comes, yeah, into the EX wall dive. What's the setup now?
NEMO not out of this just yet. Oh, the fierce and the regular throw. NEMO puts himself into another round. Now close to taking this, maybe 2-0. I love that little mix-up he went for there. NEMO clawless again. You see, always he opts for this stance, probably for the faster normal neutral, and he doesn't feel like he needs stuff like forward heavy kick or forward fierce.
He seems to really like to be able to have that option of the stand heavy punch into the stance switch.
Right, which is so good from Vega. He's in a position to go for more offense after the unsafe slide again, as we mentioned.
But you know what? Like you said, I think he just wants to make sure, because you see how Goichi's playing. Goichi's crouching a lot because he knows that NEMO wants to slide a bunch of times.
Yeah, and if he can make Goichi just down back, that's when he can go for stuff like dash up.
Oh, that was definitely an execution error. Didn't mean to do the lightning kick that high up in the air.
Yeah, super high. Okay, confirmed. Didn't do critical art.
Super, yeah.
Oh, got it.
Oh, that should be it right there.
Yeah, great work.
Goichi is going to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, finally pulls out in time some meters. Surprised it took him so long, but Goichi spends it. Great work to him. One apiece.
Chun-Li wins.
And you know, those risks, that game didn't work out for NEMO, but they did in the first one. So it's one of those situations where it's unlikely to see him not bring out stuff like point blank slide and jump and stuff like that. He's going to take it because his offense is so successful when he does manage to get in there.
And sometimes even when you lose games like that, you win in other ways, like establishing that you're sliding a bunch of times. Sure, it got punished, but now it's going to bleed over into the later games that might take effect there.
And you can already see it. Goichi is crouching so much, and because of that, NEMO is just dashing up in there and getting pressure just like that. And it's because he's giving up that slide damage occasionally. Got him with the late tech. Pressure here for Goichi.
All right, nice counter poke there from NEMO, and like you said, getting those forward dashes and going for the slide at a little safer range, but too far.
We'll try to get under, confirm. Air legs has been eating him alive. Media, and there's the V reversal in the corner. It's not going to get him out.
Oh, nice dash under, and now swapping positions. Goichi, nice throw tech, but then just gets caught before he can get out of the jump, and this time NEMO does get him on the ground. Confirms into the EX wall. Gets the setup now.
That fierce into the stand switch, yes, looking to see if there's buttons from Goichi.
Oh,
punish for sure. Didn't build the critical art, he was so close, and I know he was looking for it. Oh, punish maybe? No, yeah.
Oh, no, gonna keep himself safe with the V-trigger, yeah. Chun-Li now.
Oh,
dangerously, oh yeah, there it is, okay. I was about to say, dangerously close to even chip range, but doesn't even need to, and can go into round 2 with the full meter.
Yeah, and that V-trigger from Chun-Li able to make low, strong, safe at pretty much any range. You just pop it. Such a great option for her to close out round.
Oh, that standing light kick timed a little too early.
Oh, missed the throw from NEMO, and because of that, he ended up in the corner.
Oh no, and then dashed into the neutral jump. Goichi just choosing to go with the regular lightning kicks instead of the bird kick combo. Oh no, crouching medium punch is very punishable at that range.
And he didn't V-trigger cancel it, which is what I expected. Oh, one more will do it.
Oh,
Other side,
yeah,
NEMO will get the round. Great work. Throw from meter build as well. See in the bottom right and left, both these guys on full critical art.
Vega just right under it, but essentially there. Next hit's gonna give it. There it is. Now both of them with full resources to go in there, and immediately NEMO spends some for that EX roll to get the setup and the corner carry. Beautiful air to air with that jumping
punish?
kick.
Okay, didn't get in there in time.
Oh, Sanfier's counter hit, but nothing else afterwards. No confirm off of that fireball. Oh,
what a confirm off low medium kick from Goichi.
Yeah, just throwing him out there, both forward in the super motion, and if Vega doesn't dash, nothing
Is there a
happens.
quick rise? Yeah, and NEMO quick rise. Earlier we saw that that wasn't the case. Air legs, good again. Finds the hit. Goichi, all kinds of offense here. NEMO not out of it though. Lots of bar to work with as well as V-trigger.
Oh, just tries to get out of the corner. Yeah, that's all he wants to do. He's sitting there on a full meter now.
You see the shorts from Goichi hitting such low wrist buttons. Oh! That was so scary. Yeah, he couldn't do much out of that.
Yeah, because you can't cancel the crouch strong and claw form.
Exactly. Overhead whip. Oh, and the EX from Goichi goes up 2-1 over NEMO.
Again, this is loser side. This is the other side of the loser side bracket. So loser of this is sent home. Winner moves on. And you see, look at Goichi right now, just the relief on his face, and now spending some time to think about it, gathering himself a little bit. NEMO, of course, one of the strongest players towards the end of Ultra's life cycle there. He was one of the strongest players, considered one of the best at that game. Showing that he has the chops here as well in Street Fighter V, but Goichi trying to end his run.
That was one of the first times he has missed air legs, and NEMO had to punish on deck. Oh, gets under. Had to guess with the slide. Now NEMO in there. He's gone for that overhead a few times afterwards. Goichi is ready for it.
All right, again, that stand line kick anti-air, but again, you know, it's not a lot of damage, so I just think it's not enough to discourage NEMO to keep trying those jumps. Oh, nice. Getting him with the EX bird kick. Again, that standing line kick.
Great defense from NEMO that time. He didn't hit a button or a tech throw, which he's done a few times.
There's that slide.
The walk down pressure jump is good.
Beautiful timing against the fireball. Predicted that, jumped over, got the combo, is able to take that first round.
And it's the little things that set up stuff like that. NEMO just walked backwards. Goichi thought, well, he's going to walk away. I'll set it up with a fireball, and that's when you jump.
You walk into the optimal fireball range, just attempt him to throw it that much more.
Exactly what Goichi did.
Yeah, Goichi dropping his combo there, got the crouch grab and the stand medium punch, did not connect it.
Yeah, some execution errors from him. Walk under from NEMO, great confirm.
Just chooses to spend one bar on there, doesn't want to.
And a command throw, all right, lots of offense from NEMO. Anti-air again, stays in the front, regular throw from Goichi. Great position for himself, V-trigger as well as corner.
Okay.
Late cancel on
that
the road.
slide safe, yep.
All right, it's got to be pressure here from Goichi. Just goes for the raw air legs.
No anti-airs from NEMO, but he gets the counter pokes into the EX roll. Now corner position, just needs a little bit of life.
Cross-up, it just hit Goichi.
That was so ambiguous. It was so hard to tell which side that was going to land on. And yeah, you can see on Goichi's face, like, I just didn't think that was going to be a cross-up.
Yeah, so ambiguous at that range, and NEMO ties it up 2 apiece. A match to see who's going to be knocked out of EVO at 7th place. There's such a long road through 5,000 players.
5,100 players here at Evolution, down to these top 8s that we're watching right here at the Mandalay Bay.
Clawless again for NEMO. Oh, maybe missed the dash before the command throw. I'm wondering about that.
Could have just been an execution error, and again, punishable. But yeah, you can totally tell that NEMO just has this mindset that he's willing to take little bits of damage to keep going for risks.
Yeah, totally his style.
A lot of times people play just to avoid damage at all costs. That's not necessarily beneficial to you.
Right, especially since he has established that Goichi has to low block.
Right.
You cannot get away with not low blocking. Confirm, and that should be the round. Doesn't even spend the EX bar. Genius to use V-Trigger instead, and now NEMO, match point.
What great awareness on his resources. Now, once again, every round he starts by dashing back, changing into the clawless stance, and going into the offense.
Prefers the normals, and just offense that he can get clawless.
Yeah, clawless obviously has more combos than the claw mode.
If you're looking to play footsies, maybe you'll stick it out of claw. Now offense for Goichi. When you see air tech, air throw, that was jump OS tech from NEMO. Missed the stomp.
Oh yeah, he meant to do a forward jump in the stomp. Accidentally came out as a neutral jump stomp.
Or it could have been missed air legs attempt, either one. Oh, gets in. NEMO, he's so dangerous at this point with V-Trigger as well as critical art on deck. One button buffer into it. Look for the fierce frame trap, Goichi.
I love
excellent
the counter
block.
poke. Yeah, the counter poke timing right there from Goichi. Knew that NEMO wanted to get in close, maybe set up a frame trap or throw situation. So press the button early, got the confirming of the lightning to the spinning bird kick, and takes that round. Now it is match point. Both players. Last game, last round. Once again.
Whiffs the slide and no whip punish. Spends the bar on this. Goichi can get offense after, and then we'll just back that. Gotta be careful with this footsie range. Oh, he's got the confirm again.
Yeah, that standing, that jumping medium kick, beating the stand light kick at that particular range.
Out of the air again, Goichi trying to get out of there. What a whip punish from NEMO. Again has offense for himself, close to stun. Went for the command throw.
He's gonna be able to go into the sewer, but he's gonna save it. Goes for the bird kick instead and goes for the pressure.
Yeah, critical art still on deck, has it, no confirm. And NEMO with the whiff too, man, such a dangerous position to be in. Just goes for it, he whiffed it. Oh, that was so dangerous of a moment. Goichi keeping up the offense. He still has critical art on deck as well.
Good block on the air lightnings. Just uses that to get out of the corner. That could have been
dangerous. Oh, it's got confirmed.
He gets the confirm. Goichi.
It's gonna be big damage.
37 hits from the super.
He's got a setup afterwards as well. In the front and the double stomp from Goichi. NEMO, you see, just didn't. How do you know that that's going to come out? It's just so ambiguous to block.
Because you block, he could have just done a regular jump attack quickly in the crouching light kick and catch you low. Instead, you block the head stomp and then you crouch block and the second head stomp comes, catches you low, catches you high while you're crouch blocking.
Yeah, that was excellent work. It was that key moment, and that's what I mentioned earlier, that there was no quick rise, or NEMO was quick rising after the critical art, but this time he didn't. Got hit by it, stomp, stomp, and that's going to do it.
Goichi is going to advance forward, and NEMO being sent home in 7th place. He is tied with EITA in 7th place.
Yeah. So we're going to be right back with some more Street Fighter 5. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Evolution 2016 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are now moving on to the next match, and that is going to be YUKADON versus L.I. Joe.
The sole American survival, star-spangled as usual. You can see him there on the stage, fighting for all the freedom dollars up on the line here at EVO.
And I got to imagine L.I. Joe watched that match with Infiltration very carefully because it's going to be a Nash mirror again. And Infiltration took it pretty soundly.
There was the flub with the critical art as the anti-air, and he had a little bit of a shaky start after that. But then, yeah, closed it out convincingly. And you have to think that Joe was watching that as, you know, he plays Nash, and he's probably thinking about that match. You know, if I win here, I'm going to be playing the loser of this. So I got to pay attention and study. And Joe's smart enough to know that. So we'll see what it's going to be. Another Nash mirror, a very shifty matchup. And it's going to be on who has the reads on air-to-air as well as movement, and just gets the better of a lot of these scrambly situations with V-trigger and V-reversal.
All right. You see them both right now getting ready to play, being given the signal to go.
Yep, going to be character select. It should be a Nash mirror. I don't expect anything else from these two guys. YUKADON all the way from Japan.
Of course, you can see the big crowd sitting behind them over there. Shout outs to everybody here in the stadium, in the arena, enjoying some Street Fighter action.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys in Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay. EVO 2016, such a special event. It's like they're back to character select.
Getting ready to go.
There you see him. You know who he's rooting for. It's going to be a Nash mirror. And there it is. So, on the left we have Story Nash, and on the right we have just the default Nash outfit. So that's probably how you're going to be able to tell the difference, although slight. Just a little difference in the vest. This is for 5th place. The loser of this will get 5th place. Winner will advance on to top 4 of the tournament. This is EVO 2016. L.I. Joe versus YUKADON. And there's the big jump from Joe at the start again. He just knows.
Just showing that aggression right away.
Yeah, and that's how Joe likes to play. He is in the default Nash. YUKADON on the left in story mode. Meaty boom, super advantage on that.
But YUKADON just getting out of the corner right away with that V-trigger.
You see that super late tech from Joe. It's a message for YUKADON to think about. There was an attack. Oh, didn't get out of the moonsault early.
Try to get out of there, but now in the corner, but that crush counter sweep against Joe. Now back in.
Great defense punish on that side. On stage. Oh, gets out of there, but yeah, the disjointed hurt box from Forward Fierce. Just gets YUKADON out of there.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of whiffs on that forward. Oh, wow, lucky that last hit just barely clipped. He was able to keep himself safe.
Confirm into the critical art. There it is. Great first round from YUKADON. Although Joe has been picking up a lot of the offense, I think YUKADON just stayed calm, weathered the storm that was Joe's early attacks, and just closed it out. Great work to him.
Round 2.
Let's see if Joe can make the adjustment. Now has the advantage in meter. Yeah, gets the check after that. The forward light kick, not advantage at that range. Gets in there with the moonsault, too far to confirm, but not punished either.
He's got he's just gonna go right into the raw super to punish that sonic boom. Give himself that big life lead here.
Right. Does he choose to keep it up the offense? He does. Sometimes he'll stay away with just boom, but that time in there. Now it's just gonna be the V. He wants to gain that V gauge as quick as possible for V reversal to escape stop as well as trigger.
I really like that.
Oh, he gets in.
Wasn't expecting that to happen. But you know what? No, not a proper confirm from YUKADON, and now Joe getting the punish.
Wake up buttons. Will Joe do the same? No, blocks it out.
All right, good throw tech. Keeps himself safe. Not at that range. Oh,
crushed him, and yeah, couldn't get a combo at that range.
Too far for the sonic boom to connect. A nice air-to-air.
Joe's in a bad spot. Has to spend V-trigger.
No anti-airs at all from YUKADON, and that's going to give L.I. Joe a throw.
And he gets in with another throw, and maybe just because of that bit of gray damage, it did enough to kill. But L.I. Joe ties it up, 1 round apiece.
Fight.
See the aggression from Joe right away, wants to force the issue. And he spent that critical hour early in the last round. Now almost has full gauge again. There's going to be the confirm from YUKADON. Just had buffer, stand medium punch, scythe, critical art. Now going to have advantage for himself, 50% lead in this round.
Of course, L.I. Joe almost has a full super. Can really
gets in there
just as fast.
Yeah,
but he's going to spend the critical right now. Yeah, goes for the throw.
He's got him caged in the corner. No anti-air as it was on the other side. He would have had to do an air-to-air as a jump back.
Ooh, got hit out of the air, so very fortunate there.
Oh, but got him again.
Into the neutral jump, and goes for the throw. You saw that Joe was playing very defensive, jabs him out of the air, wow. And then gets the throw, throws him back in the corner.
Oh, mix up, great block from Joe, it was low. No anti-air.
Yeah, no anti-air super. Oh yeah, so YUKADON knows he can't look the super from across the screen. Does empty jump, but stop. Counter hit, crouching strong, confirmed into anything.
Joe just hit a button. Great blocks again from Joe. There's been no overhead attempt. Overhead is there. He doesn't get the punish. It could have been into sight, into critical art, but Joe missed it.
Yeah, and that air is gonna cost him. YUKADON gonna take game one, but you can see right there Joe nodding his head, understanding that he lost that one himself. He didn't feel like, he's probably thinking to himself right now, he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong in that particular match.
Yeah, definitely wasn't out of it. If he got that confirmed into sight and the critical art, I mean, would have just about tied things up. Jump in again for Joe. You see the pressure. Oh, dash up for a throw, and YUKADON had preemptive neutral jump already.
Yeah, that's a couple of times now that YUKADON has done that with the neutral jump, so that's something that L.I. Joe's going to have to be aware of and keep track of.
Yeah, neutral jump to predict any kind of forward movement, whether it's sight, whether it's forward dash. It's a good option.
I love YUKADON chasing his own Sonic Boom to punish the V skill, trying to absorb that meter. He's seen Joe trying to absorb that meter, so he was able to punish the V skill.
Yeah, you see Joe is afraid to absorb these booms now as V-Trigger is on deck for YUKADON. Oh, what a combo, and he keeps it up with the EX. It's not going to be enough, but so close. And the low, yeah. Got the counter hit. Joe hit something on wake up or tech, one or the other.
Probably was expecting to throw on that wake up.
Yeah.
Got hot.
So great work to him. Joe with the offense already, and YUKADON has been such a wall to deal with. He's just intercepted Joe on a lot of these, you know, strategies that he's tried on offense.
I feel like it's something that YUKADON is fully aware of right now, that Joe is attacking a lot. So he's had the preemptive air-to-airs, he's had the stand medium punch, the catch the dashes, the neutral jumps, the catch the dashes. But he gets himself into the corner now off of Joe's throw. So Joe trying to get after him, but
out of the air with the juggle, great work. Roundhouse into forward light kick from YUKADON. Also could have critical art, and that's going to be that. Joe spending the gauge to get himself around. Although YUKADON now going to have a big advantage in the last one, as he has all that meter to work with.
It's even a situation now where YUKADON has access to a bunch of anti-air EX sites.
Yes.
Be able to get some damage and then still build meter, keep the meter lead against L.I. Joe.
It also makes jumping from Joe dangerous, unless of course he's going to punish a boom like that.
I love Joe going into that low roundhouse, not out of range to be able to get much better combo. And YUKADON, the air.
Oh, the walk under from Joe? Great spacing. Just understanding he baited the throw, and Joe's offense really paying off here. YUKADON out of there. He can combo again. Yes, he does. The overhead.
He could have comboed into it.
Oh, I think he baited Joe into spinning it.
Yeah. Joe thought he was going to throw a Sonic Boom, but he didn't. Nice anti-air, and he's going to get the crouching strong. Double crouching strong. No confirming the super, though.
Yeah, he has critical art on deck still. Oh, no anti-air from Joe. Could have EX sight. Confirm, and that's going to be critical art. YUKADON now up 2-0 over Joe. Really, Joe's got to think about this. It's been tough. The offense that he's applied has been effective at times, but not consistent enough.
Right, and don't forget, this is still loser's bracket. You hear the audience right now trying to cheer on Joe.
This is the 7th win for player 1.
We'll see if he can do it. Into the third match here, YUKADON up 2-0 in the Nash mirror. He's just been too solid, really. He's just been so difficult for Joe to deal with. And now the question is, does Joe slow things down, or does he just try to press it even more?
All right, once again, YUKADON just ready with those air-to-airs against the jump, against the moonsault slash, but that time L.I. Joe gets it in there, and then gets the throw.
Yeah, out of the air, he uses that roundhouse off the V-Trigger again. He consistently goes to that, as it's great for air-to-airing.
Nice anti-air, sets him up for the throw, goes in for the jump.
Oh, counter hit. Yeah, couldn't get much else, but Joe lands it. One more to close it out. Yeah, throw would have killed, so great work.
Too far again, that torch fierce. He sends himself so far forward and then pulls him all the way back.
Yeah, Hurt Box immediately disappears on that. L.I. Joe closes it out. Worked to him on that round.
Round 2.
Crouching medium kick. L.I. Joe up 1 round in this third game.
Oh, what a whip punish from Joe. Man, counter hit confirmed from YUKADON. Immediately spends critical art. He's going to have a chunky lead here. See what he decides to do.
Of course, L.I. Joe in the same position now also has V-Trigger, so he's got all sorts of ways to confirm to a super if he wants to.
You see that little jab interrupt from YUKADON. Just knew that Joe was going to try to take up space.
From the front, but no confirm.
What? Yeah, he is just stuffing all the approach and dash from L.I. Joe now. Air to air from Joe is good. He's got the back throw to the corner, although trigger available for YUKADON. Spends it immediately.
Oh, he gets the back dash.
It's not a confirmed kill. Joe didn't get cancel scythed into critical art again, but not out of this yet.
Crouching strong, trying to miss it.
Empty low into the
He
confirm.
goes for the empty low. Gets it. He's going to shake this game and stay alive. He's on the board. It's 2-1.
Joe stays alive. One empty low, and it was counter hit, so, you know, either a throw tech or some kind of button for YUKADON just wasn't in time because of that. Joe on the board now. See if YUKADON can adjust. I mean, Joe's offense was still, you know, he was keeping it up there, but a bit safer this time. A lot less risk than I think he's been taking so far.
Round one.
What imagine right now for a guy like YUKADON, if Joe could somehow make this comeback, it would probably be a very salty way to lose to 2 Nashes.
Yeah,
if you're a Nash player.
It's a tough way to go out.
But Joe still has a much longer road to go for right now. He still needs to win 2 games.
And it's great to see so far that YUKADON has not cracked in this game, right? Despite losing that, he still seems solid in the neutral. Although Joe has offense now. Wake up buttons and the confirm jab and a back medium kick.
And using the meter right there, get some good damage and keep Joe in the corner. He's going to be able to confirm right there. And now YUKADON at match point.
Yeah, clean round for himself. Great to have that kind of composure after just taking that loss in the last game. On some clutch stuff by Joe. Anti-air roundhouse from Joe. And man, the counter hit confirms from YUKADON are so excellently done. Jump over.
Right. Just goes into the throw. Was expecting the full combo. Yep, punish on that low roundhouse.
And a jump again. Joe has the offense. Is it another throw? Yes, and the tech.
Oh, and trying to anti-air and missed it. And Joe now on the verge of stun. And there he gets it with a cloud spear. He's going to be able to confirm into a combo, take him out, and steal a little bit of that meter.
Yeah, it's going to go into the last round with meter advantage here. Joe got to win this game to stay alive and force him to a final one. YUKADON looking to close things out. Close to that critical art, even though Joe stole the meter. EX side. We'll take some of that away.
Goes in there. Oh, what a reaction. Great reaction. And both of these players right now have been really on point on their air-to-airs as a defense.
Oh, Joe didn't get the confirm. He did a button that was slightly too slow. Great defense from him. YUKADON was looking probably to beat that throw. Didn't have the right idea. And Joe, man, the neutral so far, amazing. Stuffing all the approach now from YUKADON, who has to go in with this deficit.
Okay, YUKADON trying to apply some
got
pressure,
over.
but came up to the other side. Oh, using the V-trigger kick. And
Spent
Joe
critical
tried
art.
to, expected him to go behind. He's going to get caught by this. A lot of damage now. YUKADON with the lead. LI Joe, of course, still sitting on full meter and a trigger. Again, that air-to-air defense.
Oh man, he could have critical art if he had that on deck.
Just raw critical art, but just wasn't ready for it.
Gotta be expecting Joe to do it. He has the V-trigger as well. In a dangerous spot. He gets in there. He's gonna be able to confirm critical art at the end of it in LI Joe. Huge jump. What an excellent read. Is it gonna be enough to close it out? And it is a final game here for Joe. What clutch stuff. In the heat of the moment here, EVO, such a tough stage to stay composed on, and he's doing it.
LI Joe and father in the same
pose.
Like father, like son.
Apple not too far from the tree. Maybe we'll see his dad in top 8 with Nash next year. The Street Fighter skills are also carried over.
Now YUKADON trying to wonder himself where things are going wrong. He's got to adjust as well. Thinking about how Joe has been able to make this comeback, but Joe signaling to him, ready to go. Last game here, LI Joe versus YUKADON.
See if he can stay alive. Counter hit confirmed from YUKADON early. Anti-air, yes, great work from YUKADON. But V-reversal out from Joe in the jump. Man, his offensive jumps have been so excellent throughout this entire top 8.
But just missed that media attack and he's going to get back thrown into the corner.
Anti-air side, great work from Joe.
Yeah, Joe choosing to spend that meter. I mean, we've seen it right now. Both of these players getting a lot of pay out of their meters, saving them for the critical arts.
What a block from YUKADON and the delay from Joe. He just gets thrown out of it. Maybe a button gone awry. And that should be the round. Great work from YUKADON staying composed in this final one, but we've seen that Joe can bring it back.
Down to the last round now for YUKADON. He just needs to take one more to advance forward in this loser side bracket. See him there now backing up, trying to play a little more defense and immediately turning into offense, but I'm not sure what he was trying to bait out. And it just gets up thrown.
No anti-air from Joe either on that jump forward from YUKADON. He's missed a few in this last game. Over.
Got in there and he's going to confirm into the
target
kick side.
Out of there is Joe. Now he has repositioning for himself to jump over, but not in time for the boom. It recovered too quickly.
Too late that time.
Spends the V-gauge just to get out of the pressure. No anti-air again from Joe. out booms. He had an advantage there for a second and
Great
confirmed.
punish against that V-skill. Like you said, he's done that before.
Yeah, YUKADON in so much control now. Joe trying to make some kind of offense happen. Air to air again. He's got close to the critical arc, but a confirm. And he's got the critical arc.
And YUKADON is going to advance forward here on the loser side bracket. L.I. Joe, the last U.S. player, has been eliminated from the tournament. But what an effort, what a performance here for one L.I. Joe from Long Island, New York. You can hear the appreciation from the audience for his performance. Once again, one of the most likable players here in the fighting game community.
Clearly one of the strongest. He had such a great run here at EVO.
You talk to this guy and it's impossible not to immediately like that guy.
Great work to Joe. Made it so far in the bracket.
And that's, once again, YUKADON is going to advance forward on the loser's side bracket. Of course, we're going to have another loser side, the other side of the bracket. We had MOV, of course, earlier losing in winner's side, and so he's going to be going up against Goichi.
So it's going to be a Chun mirror.
Yeah, it's going to be an elimination match. We just saw a Nash mirror, and now we're going to a Chun mirror.
Yeah, back to back, and you know, YUKADON just moved himself in the top 4 of the tournament. In case you guys had forgotten, our winners finals of the tournament is also Fuudo versus Infiltration. It's going to be winners finals of EVO.
All right, let's take it to the floor here with the
I mean, obviously, I want to say first, I love every single person in this room. I would also, besides you guys, I would like to give a huge thank you to Capcom for making this game for me. I want to thank everyone that I played these guys. It's honestly an honor to stand on the stage with these 8 guys. I've been watching some of these guys play since I'm like 13, 14 years old. MOV and, you know, NEMO, these guys are, you know, people I watch forever. So a huge honor for me to stand on the stage with these guys. Honestly. Absolutely. I mean, fighting games has been a huge part of my life. You guys, and I've been playing since I'm like 3, 4 years old. So I don't see me stopping anytime soon. I'm just going to keep going, man, keep playing. I want to be like these guys. I want to be just like these guys. You know, I want to be trying to go pro. Yeah, I want to be just like these guys.
L.I. Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, had such an awesome performance here at EVO. Definitely won't be the last one that you guys see.
Oh, yeah. And you can see the audience just reacting to L.I. Joe again. Once again, just like one of the fan favorites here for all the time. Not just because he made top 8 here today, not just because he's he was the last U.S. representative, but because he is just one of the most beloved members of the fighting game community.
Yeah, and you can hear why if you heard the interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Very few people have that kind of reaction to losing. Such a positive one.
Exactly, exactly. All right, so we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it is going to be MOV versus Goichi. You do not want to miss that. We've started with 5,100 plus contestants, and we are down to 5 now here at Evolution 2016.
The more you say 5,100, the more absurd it sounds. Like that many people cannot be playing Street Fighter 5 in one place at one time.
It feels like it just feels like one of those situations where every time you tell the story, it gets more and more exaggerated.
There was 25,000 people at EVO in 2016.
Exactly, but we are moving on to the loser side bracket. Is going to be MOV versus Goichi. As we mentioned, a Chun-Li mirror match that is coming up.
Versus
Goichi, as you said, has been performing really, really well. He's been making it out to the States. He played at Final Round. He played at CEO just recently.
Yeah, he's had pretty much the best results of almost any Chun-Li player so far in Street Fighter 5. It's been really impressive. MOV though, definitely no slouch. Has been absolutely impressive and incredible so far this tournament. Both of these guys, in fact. So it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, who deals with the offense better, especially because this neutral could just go either way. So when things get turned on and they both start to go for this kind of, you know, air legs pressure, who handles that better, who deals with the wake-up jab from Chun-Li, because that still is an issue. A lot of the times people are not correctly meeting, even at the highest level. It's the nerves and the timing. It's so easy to slip up. So it looks like they're ready to go.
Dream of Destiny.
It's going to be a Chun mirror.
That's right. We're going to have Goichi on the left. Looks like going with the police outfit in
Chun-Li.
The suspense.
Oh, no, back to the regular outfit.
This is the most important part. This could decide your future at EVO.
All right.
What costume you pick.
All right, now fortunately they picked the, you know, a blue and a blue.
Yeah.
So let's go with dark blue and light blue. Dark blue for Goichi, light blue for Nemo.
MOV.
MOV, you're right.
Good try,
sorry.
James.
Sorry.
We're in
Apologies.
there, into the match. It's going to be a Chun mirror, lots of defense. It's going to be really about turning it on when you can and getting that offense, making it count, confirming. And we know both these guys masterclass, and, you know, executing and performing, but can they do it in the clutch here? We'll find out.
Oh, wow.
Jump at the start.
There's a lot of jumps at the start of the round here in the top 8.
Great answer already from Goichi on the air legs. He has gone for crouching strong to low profile and just get under. That's an important thing in this matchup. You can see he tried crouching fierce that time.
Yeah, try to anti-air the lightning kicks, but not going to happen. Speaking of lightning kicks, Goichi gets in there, confirms that time just into the ground lightning kicks.
And there was no answer on the air legs there. A couple of times he's got away with the jump, and he's mixing up between jump, air legs, as well as just regular jump. He's in there, confirmed with the bird.
You could definitely see Goichi was trying to keep that pressure going. He had a lot of gray health built up. He had the stun built up, but MOV able to get out of that situation, and now MOV has the corner position.
Both sitting on critical art as well as the V trigger. He makes that fierce button and that low strong so dangerous.
Saw the jump back throw. Oh wait, he's gonna go to the EX. Is that enough? Not quite enough.
Didn't spend critical art, but gets away with it. Goichi. Dangerous play, but it works out.
I was really hoping that EX legs would do it. Didn't quite get it, but you know what? He sensed a little bit of defense. He delayed his media attack, checked to see if there was an EX bird kick. Nothing. Then he went for the throw.
Yeah, just in case he had another reversal. Out of the air, was probably an air legs attempt, just missed it. MOV now with pressure. Bird on wake up. Getting rid of a couple of those bars early. EX fireball for the approach. And the stuff. You see even the combo off that Goichi's answered.
You know, a lot of people have talked about how Chun-Li is so strong, and it turns out Chun-Li has the best answer to the air lightning kicks from Chun-Li.
Fuudo thumb, low strong to get under again. No confirm as I think the air legs
missed it a little bit. Oh, here we go. He's going to just go into the regular lightning kicks. Going to save the super to try to make sure it kills. Ooh, and the anvil board, but he's going to be able to do it here. There it is.
The confirm right into the critical. Our first game going to be for Goichi here. Love the play so far. Especially low strong as an answer is great. Confirming off it, fantastic. Controlling the neutral, switching up between regular jump, air legs. Done such an amazing job so far as Goichi in that first game against MOV. So we'll see if there's an adjustment from himself. You saw MOV go for that crouching strong himself to get under. But, you know, it's sort of slow to pull the trigger. Goichi has been instant on it, and he's just clean play so far.
All right, immediately Goichi trying to show some offense here, but stopped by the wall from the fireball from MOV. So MOV using that fireball a little bit more as a method of approach than Goichi. Gets the clutch counter. Nice. Confirming the crouch roundhouse, and again confirming the EX lightning.
And jump back in the corner and got away with it. MOV didn't have that stand like against here on deck. Media attempt. Yeah, there's a big fierce. out of the air.
For the jump was maybe expecting Goichi to go for a fireball. There it is, right there. Just using it as a wall, trying to V-skill over it, just a little too late.
Oh, the slide under should get the confirm low jab. Yes, love it. MOV puts himself great positioning, closes out the round. See what Goichi's gonna do about it.
Round 2.
I think so far he's thrown more fireballs and been a bit more preemptive. Yeah, using EX to get in there.
A lot of times that fireball is not, you know, you don't use it the same way, like, for example, Ryu, where you're trying to use it and react. You're kind of using it as a wall and as a means to approach.
Right, you throw it and walk behind it to get out of there. EX Bird as the answer from MOV.
Only one hit, though, so not a huge amount of damage on the anti. Wow, barely clipped, so not going to get whiff punished with that air lightning as well. The neutral jump. Not sure what the towards medium punch was from MOV. Oh, again.
Confirmed, didn't spend critical art. The regular jump in from Goichi. Again, lots of great damage, just a huge chunk of it. No anti-airs from MOV. Lucky on the back throw.
Tries to catch him by surprise. Oh, wasn't expecting the dash under. That's such a common move after the stand light kick, but it felt like Goichi delayed that dash until the very last second.
Yeah, right at the end, just to sneak under to the other side. Great work from him.
Might have been a situation that MOB was thinking that he wasn't going to dash under the corner himself, so he wanted to stay in the front, but
neutral jump, and there's that strong again, as you mentioned. Not sure what MOB is looking for. Goichi, so dangerous right now. Both of them on full meter, although Goichi's had tons of offense. Spends it on the EX. Oh, and the back throw.
Yeah, back throw, and now MOB in an advantage position.
Half corner, no anti-air from Goichi. Stood up in time, but just didn't believe in the light kick, maybe. Under.
There it is again.
Drop the confirm, and it should be enough if we close it out with critical art.
That was such a late spinning bird kick. I almost want to say that happened because of negative edge.
No, what he did there was he went for low jab, low medium kick, and missed the low medium kick, and it just came out. He just got raw spinning bird.
Still so much later than I was expecting to see it, but
yeah, because you know when you do low medium kick spinning bird, medium kick bird, you have to do it a little later.
Right.
So he was trying to late cancel, didn't get it on time. Tough drop there for MOV to go on 2-0 against Goichi.
Yep, Goichi now up
Round 1.
at match game.
Fight.
MOV trying to figure out something out of it. Again, it doesn't feel like that MOV has been really playing anything particularly wrong. It just feels like that the two are really going toe-to-toe with each other, but Goichi just coming out on top, just barely.
Yeah, consistently in the right position, gets under with a slide but trade on fireball. And if that happens, sometimes Chuck can confirm, dash up and get stuff like legs.
Oh, wake up air throw. Actually, that was the throw tech. That was the throw tech, and it came out
It was throw tech OS, but it makes him look like a genius, so he'll take it. MOV, great work on that round.
Yep.
Goichi, though, we see consistently has been able to bring it back. He's just had the cleaner play and positioning. Great answers to air lightning legs. I think maybe MOV has to think about maybe switching it up. Empty low instead of the stomps.
All right, he's in there. Yeah, he's too far for the full combo, so just goes for the low jab into the bird kick. Oh,
no punish.
Yeah, no punish.
EX legs would have been a punish, but I think he wanted low forward.
Now MOV senses a little bit over defense from Goichi. He was able to get in for the throw. But Goichi getting out with that Chun-Li patented low medium punch into V-trigger cancel.
Walk on wake up from Goichi. Oh, gets in there with a bird. It's not enough, but one more. The lows.
Yeah, and you know what? Goichi said, you're not going to do instant head stop. I'm just going to block low all day. Oh,
what a block.
Blocks at that time when he tried to punish.
Oh, my miss from... Oh, man, this could be a big chance.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you see him block again, expecting just in case there was bird.
Yeah, but there was that jump back.
And it got stuffed just like that, the stand light kick. Lost in the match.
So crazy that stand light kick is such a reliable anti-air, but we have seen it miss so often here in this top 8. So MOV now getting on the board versus Goichi.
Yeah, just the angle on that roundhouse can be tough to deal with for a lot of characters, and you saw it there. Just got in at the right angle, worked for him, and that's the round. And even if it had been anti-air, you know, he wouldn't have died or anything. It's not a ton of damage. It would have been positioning. But still, great game for MOV.
Kind of a little staggered approach with those crouching light kicks, but then too far for that combo to connect.
Great
so
punish.
He's going to get punished, yeah.
Anti-air, no, he didn't trust it. Maybe he just didn't pull the trigger. And now Goichi, okay.
Both of them doing the exact same moves 2 times in a row.
And a rare throw tech from Goichi not to handle air legs too well. We saw MOV go down 2 earlier and make the comeback. You gotta wonder if that's gonna be a factor again. There's the confirm close to stun.
Oh, but still wake up buttons. No fear from Goichi. Gonna cancel the V trigger.
Straight on the jab. Oh, and that was so Strong from
Oh,
MOV. He did not stand up, or he didn't stand up to block the overhead. Instead said, I'm going to interrupt this with my own button. Why block it when I can punish it?
And then MOV just throwing out the EX lightning kicks, catches Goichi by surprise to take that round. And yeah, he's 1 round away now from tying it up 2-2. Well, both of them going up for air legs and an EX bird kick. They have both gone to that so rarely. And yet both players trying to be very aware of it, very cognizant of that move.
Yeah, always respecting it and considering it as an option, but you know, it doesn't come out too often. Now, critical gauge on deck for Goichi. Anti-air is good. In the front.
Yeah, the forward dash. He thought it was going to make it behind there, but stayed in the front. MOV now going air to air, and the air lightning kicks, like I said, just catches you and juggles out of the air like that.
Gotta be careful. The trigger on deck for both players. Under the fireball has critical art and spends
goes
it.
raw into the super. Is this going to be enough to kill?
It's not, but does he quick rise afterwards?
Yes.
Does. Into the fireball, safe setup.
Yeah, not too much pressure, and now MOV with the full critical art bar.
Oh, the anti-air was so early, he recovered those. So fortunate for him.
Speaking of recovering in time, oh no!
Just got caught by the rapid short on the way down. Goichi now, match point over MOV.
I wonder if it was one of those situations where Goichi thought he was going to go for instant air, instant head stomp for the quick overhead.
Yeah, who knows? In that situation, Goichi stayed clutch. Walk up throw.
MOV saying, I know you're scared. I know you're going to play defensive. I'm going to get up for the throw.
The jump over this time is good. Confirmed from Goichi has the corner carry. And again, fireball setup, very safe. Doesn't have to commit to the dash up pressure. Anti-air works this time, gets under. Confirmed from Goichi. And now has all kinds of offense and damage for himself. Critical art is available and spends it immediately. Had to. And it's not enough. Quick rise from MOV, tons of meter to work with. You see the staggered pressure, which is the block, and that's a cross-up stomp from Goichi. He takes it over MOV, putting him out of the tournament.
We had seen so many ridiculous comebacks all throughout the day. Not gonna happen this time. Goichi advances forward.
He's gonna be playing against YUKADON Nash, and this is top 4 of EVO now, deep in the brackets here.
Down to
Still
4
loser
players
side.
left. Yep.
Our winners finals, as a reminder, is Fuudo versus Infiltration. So tons of really strong matches for you guys to come up next. Going to take a peek at some of the action we just saw here. Especially these rounds, just nail biters the whole way through.
Yeah, there you see that anti-air. Got under. That was the time that I just felt like maybe MOV didn't believe that he was going to corner himself. And now counter poke with the low jab, confirmed into the low medium kick, and there was the jump back throw OS tech.
Yeah, and it always looks so amazing. You just look like the most calculated genius when you get away with that. And there's the final moments. Goichi with the jab fireball just to keep it safe.
And then stomp.
And that's a cross-up stomp. So tough to block.
Yeah, one of the things that I do want to talk about a little bit, I mean, I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with that jump back throw OS tech. We talk about it all the time. It's basically there's that defense with when people come up to you, it's either throw or attack. So you have a sequence of moves that you input. So basically what you do is you crouch block for maybe about 2 frames, and then you immediately jump back and then hit throw.
Yes.
If they walk up and throw you when you get up, you tech it because you have inputted the throw. If they do an attack, you end up blocking it. And if they do nothing, trying to bait like a wake-up uppercut or a wake-up EX bird kick, you just jump back to safety.
Sail away.
Yeah, if the opponent doesn't have the quick reaction to chase you down. So, you know, it's just it's a series of inputs that you can put in that defends against multiple situations.
Yeah, a bunch of situations at once. It's very useful, and you'll see it a lot in top 8 of this tournament. Anytime you see like a jump back, light kick button, or anything entirely successful, just like the successful sales that EVO has been having all weekend on their lovely merchandise. You can check it out online, evomerch.com. I definitely recommend checking out the varsity jacket you see in the second row in the middle, upper right. That jacket there is also, it looks real spiffy on you. Trust me, if you buy it, you'll definitely enjoy it.
I'm definitely a fan of the 8-bit EVO shirt at the bottom. I like it old school, so, you know, let's do it.
I don't blame you, James. It's definitely a great logo as well.
Right.
It's work from EVO.
Yeah, but once again, we are down to the last 4 players. Just 4 guys left, 2 of them in winner's side, and that, of course, is Fuudo and Infiltration. But before we get to that, we are going to finish off the loser side over here, and that is, we just saw him Goichi going up against YUKADON. Again, YUKADON, that player that not a lot of people probably had on their radar, you know, when people are picking who's going to make it to top 8 here. Not one of the players that they were expecting to get this far, but
yeah,
he's obviously showing why he is here. Very, very strong Nash play. But Goichi, as we said, people do know him because he has been coming to the U.S. a lot, but with also just with massive success. And one of these two has to go home now.
Yeah, it's loser semis of the tournament deep into the EVO bracket, 5,000 players later, and it's YUKADON versus Goichi. You can see winner will move on to the top 3 of the bracket, where they'll wait for the loser of Razor's Fuudo and Razor Infiltration, or Razor winners finals. Doing good work for themselves here at EVO. All right. They're just getting set up downstairs, waiting for this match to go.
Now, obviously, this is going to be a Nash versus Chun-Li,
yes,
unless they pull out some sort of surprise on us.
You never know. I mean, this deep in the tournament, if they had any tricks still left in the bag, you'd expect it to already be out there. But
how do you feel like this match is going to go for these two players?
It's important for Nash to establish this zoning for himself, but it's so tough because Chun-Li's such a mobile character. She has a projectile of her own. She can get in there with her walk speed, as well as that crouching strong that just slides across the ground in there. It could be tough for this character. It's going to be important for YUKADON to stay clutch with anti-airs, with dealing with air legs well, right? The air lightning kicks well, as just closing out these rounds in the clutch. It's going to be one of the most important things to keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the nice things about Nash. That crouching medium punch is such a good anti-air, works really, really well. Really, really well against those air lightning kicks.
Yeah, and you just got to stay ducking to do it. So if you commit to anything else, you'll just get clipped for it. But one of the most important things that Goichi does, mix up the jump, medium kick, and the jump air legs. When you have to deal with both those options at once, trying to stop one can get you caught in the other, and it's really a difficult situation to deal with. He mixes it up so well, just like EITA does with jump tatsu as Ken, or jump, you know, just button or empty jump. Those 3 options, so difficult to beat all at the same time. Looks like they're set up and ready to go. It's going to be character select. Chun-Li, Nash.
See how these two players approach this matchup. I'm curious to see if YUKADON is going to try to continue that, you know, in and out style of play against Chun-Li. And how aggressive is Goichi going to be trying to get in on Nash? You saw in some of the plays that, you know, Chun-Li can kind of take this defensive stance, force the opponent in on her, but now we have a situation where Nash can probably keep up with fireballs, and if you throw fireballs with Chun, it's just going to give him V-trigger.
Right, exactly. So he's definitely got more firepower when it comes to zoning. We'll just see how it goes. It's going to be the match here. Goichi Chun on the left versus YUKADON Nash on the right.
Round 1.
See how the pace starts.
Let's go.
And Goichi, quick offense.
Immediately going in. Yeah, like I said, it's, you know, I feel like that Chun-Li is actually better served trying to get in on Nash.
And the air legs on the other side, it's so tough to deal with. YUKADON already teched it early, which is a bad sign for him. He's got to stay solid on defense if he wants to avoid getting opened up by that. Skill at max range.
Just gotta respect, that's negative on block.
Yeah, so the challenge, what an EX, so low to the ground, didn't even get the full hits. 5 on that usually, but now YUKADON offense.
Chasing the fireball trade, gets a throw, that's 2 throws, and then try to set up a throw bait, but not gonna happen. Goichi just jumping back instead in the corner.
No anti-air there from YUKADON, but great positioning for himself, has trigger on deck, as well as a couple of bars for himself. In the front.
Stayed in the front, and
he tried to anti-air, but it was just a bit late. It's going to be the pressure. Other side with the jump medium kick. In the front, what a block.
Oh, but got hit by that standing medium punch. Goichi was touching buttons. That was a counter hit.
Teched again. There's been so many of those. What a drop.
He missed the leg. He missed the air lightning kick, and that's going to cost him.
It's only been a few times that Goichi has had that input error and just missed it, but a tough one to have in the first round against YUKADON.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people have said that they believe Chun-Li is a pretty high execution character. That air lightning kick, such a powerful tool, but very common to see people missing it.
Yeah, easy to have that mistake, especially with nerves when they're kicking in. See, slowly back to the corner is YUKADON. He's trying to take up that space by setting out the projectile and using that moonsault. Amazing stuff from Goichi.
Again, using the stand-line kick, and that's the second time he's used that same mix-up. He stand-line kick, walks up, and then just does the instant air lightning kick to bait out the throw.
And YUKADON's been tagging in these situations pretty consistently. Has to be careful. Can take advantage here, but just backdashes for space. Anti-air so consistent, but there's one from YUKADON.
Finally gets that crouching medium punch anti-air against the lightning kicks. Goes for a third throw, but this time Goichi with the tech.
Yeah, good work there to stay solid on defense. Made the right choice. Chun-Li still has his V-trigger on deck. Gonna get in there. Oh, what a challenge from YUKADON. He gets the critical art. It's going to be big damage.
But started with the light punch, so not going to do as much damage. Goichi barely hanging on now. And two
Great
successful crouch blocks, yeah.
Great blocks. Could have been low, could have been overhead, could have been throw, but he survives.
Activates the V-trigger.
Gets out to the other side. Now space to work with. YUKADON got to block the EX fireball.
Oh,
and the
and
jab.
just goes for the jabs, yeah. I mean, because when Chun-Li gets that V-trigger activated, you're so scared of that overhead because she can combo off of it.
Great blocks from YUKADON. He's not out of this yet. Gets space. What a read! He just backdashed. And as soon as he gave up space, Goichi said, I have to get in. Here's my EX fireball to approach. YUKADON had the answer with the scythe. Great work. Just really clutch in that last moment. And we saw that happen to Goichi earlier where his opponent walked backwards and he said, okay, now time for me to throw this fireball. Immediately his opponent had to jump in. That time it was the moonsault.
It's just basically, you know, showing them what they want to see. Backdashing to a range where it's like, hey, don't you think it's safe to throw a fireball? And then telling him, nope, not safe at all.
Dash under again from Goichi. He's had in the front, as you mentioned, with air legs so many times that I think YUKADON just not expecting it. Confirm. And the reset again. Yeah, opts for that, you know, that standing reset instead of always going for damage and knockdown. Confirm from Goichi is good. 3 hits to the EX legs.
Trying to get under there, just couldn't quite make it, yeah. Jabbing, just stabbing with that towards medium punch.
Has that fierce just sticking it out. And the back fierce trade, he'll take it. Goichi gets the first round. See if YUKADON can make the adjustment. He's been fine so far, but it's just been, you know, that round was just Chun-Li asserting herself in neutral.
You see faking the sonic boom a couple of times with that stand light kick, trying to make it look like that Nash is doing something.
Oh, even whipping throw to try to do the same thing.
But,
under the other side, great recognition that he could get in there.
I was just about to say he walked himself all the way to the corner, which was a bad thing, but then he just made it right out of there. Now Goichi with the EX Lightning, trying to push him back all the way to the other corner now.
Excellent blocks from YUKADON though.
Yeah.
Just staying solid on this defense is not easy to do, especially as Nash has no reversal, can't get out of there easily. It's just got to block your way out.
I saw Nash. It looked like he jumped that cross-up range.
The side?
Wow, just against the ground.
It was a read on the air legs, I think. It's got to be something like that. Now in there.
That's
punish.
Yeah, got it close enough.
Got to be careful about the spacing. Gets stuffed on the anti-air.
Missed that Chun-Li jumping roundhouse so good and not fast enough.
Big chance now. Oh, gets out of the corner. What an anti-air. He needs one more. Wake up jab, but just checks with low medium kick, and YUKADON steals the round. See if Goichi can stay composed. It's a tough way to go out.
Goichi now. Trying to tie this up 1-1.
So many jumps from YUKADON to read fireballs.
Yeah, but again, you know, we talked about the situation versus NEMO. It's just, you don't take that much damage against those standing light kicks.
Yeah, it's just the positioning afterwards. If she can convert it, that's where the damage comes from.
But, you know, if she's throwing out a lot of those stand fierces and crouch roundhouses, one jump against one of those buttons, you get a ton of damage. And we've definitely seen Goichi not scared to throw out. Oh, got the counter hit on the knee. So he's able to confirm the combo afterwards.
Yeah, just did the jab. It didn't even come without pressure. Oh, gets out of there in the front, has the critical art on deck, and YUKADON a huge lead. It's also going to waste out a lot of this V-trigger for Chun-Li. Even gets a setup afterwards, and he is poised to take this game. Great, but he just opened him up with a target combo.
Yeah.
And just didn't expect it. Maybe expected him to go away or some other kind of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's just, it's that situation where the overhead is the best option, so then it becomes the worst option.
Exactly.
And then it resets back to the best option.
Yeah, as soon as your opponent begins to expect, you know, he won overhead in this situation, I'll expect it. And then, well, there it is. Just brings it out. Anti-air early. Great from Goichi. There's a punish. Pretty nice damage on that as well as corner carry. Now in there is YUKADON, who just looks so fantastic in this top 8 and all tournament long. Didn't get the punish on landing frames, but still, the jump over.
And he's going to confirm to a big damage, gets the meaty sonic boom and backs off. Looks like he was trying to bait Goichi into a little bit, you know, trying to be
see if there's the X-Bird or something.
Yeah.
The X-Legs now for Goichi, gets in there. No answer. V-trigger also available for YUKADON. Could have it on defense.
The walk back in the forward dash throw, but then YUKADON again just going for the EX sight.
It's really fast, so he just wants to throw it out there. Hope, and even if it's blocked, he can cancel it into trigger and keep himself safe. Other side doesn't confirm anything big, but YUKADON now out of there.
Oh, got close enough to be able to punish that. Didn't really do much outside of a standing jab. And now YUKADON running back. Just
building
trying to
meter.
build up meter, yeah.
The jump in, just wrist it, but yeah, Goichi didn't go in after. There's the fireball with the approach. Gotta block. When he gets under with the crouching medium kick, match point YUKADON over Goichi to move in a top 3 of EVO this year.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where Goichi saw that button whip and was like, oh, I need to punish it. Tried to punish it too late, and the low medium kick is going to get under her standing fierce. YUKADON match point to get, like you said, the top 3, guaranteed top 3.
Another side, and man, just intercepting all the approach from Goichi. Love the block on the other side too. He just looks so solid now, defensively as Nash.
Chipping away little by little. Oh, got the counter hit, but just a little too close to be able to combo off of it.
Yeah, these straight hits adding up. Although corner positioning now can get the jab medium kick confirmed, he does. Goichi in great positioning, meaty back fierce, and now has pressure for himself in the front again and spends the critical art.
Yeah.
Couldn't block it, and now YUKADON, same positioning we just saw him.
Again, bad situation for Goichi. Doesn't have enough meter for a critical art, though very close, but spends it on an EX bird kick. But you know what? I don't know if YUKADON's going to mind that because no critical art for the comeback.
Doesn't matter now. Positioning for Goichi, no anti-air. Uses the V reversal to get away, and that's going to be enough. He gets the round. Goichi staying alive.
Goichi able to chase down the V reversal, or the V trigger, I'm sorry, knew it was coming, chased it down.
Final round. Fight.
Able to take that round now.
Oh man, his spacing on that and the predictions have been so good. And now that Goichi just blocks, he can dash up and take up that space. There's the throw tech.
Yeah, we've seen him with that mix-up a bunch of times, and it's been successful, but Goichi's still down in this situation.
Counter hit confirmed from YUKADON. So good, he saw it against Joe as well. Dashing up, there's the surprise scythe again, so quick, takes up so much space.
Oh, nice, last second, just got right under there.
Yeah, but didn't get a big confirm because no meter for EX legs, it was just light kick legs, but pressure for Goichi. V reversal available, but he gets hit, and now bad spot for YUKADON out of the air.
To do the air-to-air, yeah.
Still has critical art on deck, gotta be careful if you're Goichi, any mistake.
You see Goichi do nothing.
Oh, we whipped the bird.
That was supposed to be maybe EX lightning kicks. I'm not sure.
You might be right. That might have been the attempt. Critical arc chip, but there's V reversal on that side. You got to be careful of it as well.
Right.
Boom is out anti-air, and
he's gonna try to.
He's gonna force the chip. Nothing he can do about it.
There.
Absolute kill situation.
That was so smart.
Genius play from YUKADON. You can't V reversal because it's just one hit. Didn't have any meter to get away. That was checkmate as soon as he got the anti-air.
Right. That, I mean, honestly, that might be the first time that I've seen it used in that situation for the chip. Really smart stuff right there from YUKADON, and he is going to advance forward. Goichi playing so strong. Unfortunately sent home, but let's give a shout out to Goichi for his amazing play here at Evolution 2016.
And here you see some of the matches we just saw. Man, it was those air legs and the tight defense from YUKADON that really kept him alive in a lot of these rounds. And there's the read. Just backdash says, I know you're going to want to go for that. Sets him up, and it's great work.
Yes, chases him down into the corner, but you see trying aggressively to get in there.
And this is that round that Goichi stole with the chase down on the V reversal.
Yeah.
Such amazing play. Now YUKADON, the way to close it out, checkmate situation for himself. Genius.
So beautiful.
It's very rare to see that in this game, as there is no chip unless it's from a critical art.
Right.
So it's really tough for that kind of stuff to come out, but excellent work from him.
Yeah, especially even when your opponent has that V reversal. A lot of times you feel like, oh, I've got this, like low medium kick in the critical art, and then all of a sudden they V reversal and escape it.
Yeah.
But that situation right there, again, perfect setup. As soon as he anti-air, he had that all ready to go.
And we're ready to go to a quick break, so we'll see you guys in just a bit.
Then there were 3.
Just
Evolution
3 left.
2016. Which of these players is going to take home the largest portion of that 100K prize pool here for Street Fighter 5?
It's an excellent question, James. We're going to find out pretty soon. Sooner than you think. We have our winners finals on deck. It is a Razor versus Razor match. Razor's Fuudo and Razor's Infiltration. I think it's interesting. Fuudo is one of those players that coming into this, a lot of people had, you know, he could definitely go far in the tournament, but maybe didn't expect him in top 3. And Infiltration, the guy who everybody expected to take home.
A lot of people, if you were basically forced to choose someone who might win this event, a lot of people picked Infiltration, and he's showing exactly why. But, you know, again, and Fuudo has been playing so strong this entire tournament long, and you know it seems so poetic to me that here for the first year for Street Fighter 5, the finals comes down to 2 former Street Fighter 4 EVO champions.
Yeah, these guys have both been on the EVO stage, performed, and done it before. We'll see who's going to make it into grand finals. Winner of this is going to have such an advantage in the last set of the tournament. It's going to be R.Mika versus Nash.
Once again, you know, we've seen this a number of times here in this top 8. Nash gonna play that back and forth, kind of try to escape, and then all of a sudden switch from offense to defense, back and forth. But we saw from Mika, all she needs to do is get in one time. Now, the difference here in this matchup is that Nash has the V reversal and the V trigger, which are some options that can help get away, but the V trigger doesn't actually turn invincible.
They're mediocre as escapes. Yeah, they're not amazing. They're just okay. Oh, what a clap at the start to catch it. And you see, yeah, he didn't have EX to keep up anything, so he just goes for that particular setup instead. Great work from Fuudo. But, you know, his pressure footsies are so amazing. It's going to be tough for Infiltration to navigate it. Funky corner switch, but Infiltration in there, anti-air early from Fuudo. And his offense and just decision-making so far has been so impressive.
One of the key things for Fuudo in the footsies game is his use of Mika's crouch heavy punch. He uses it a lot, almost kind of like as a mini dash. But since it's an attack, it kind of freezes the opponent as opposed to just going for a dash.
All right, there's that hitbox moving forward. Trigger available, gets the confirmed Spenzik and EX.
Yep, into Nadeshko, and even if had that not killed, it would have been set up for the wingless airplane. Fuudo taking round 1 over Infiltration.
Does Infiltration start with another side? No, you saw the clap was out there just in case again. It's a great start from Fuudo just to understand that that's going to intercept and do it.
Oh, see there, Infiltration. That's going to be key for Infiltration. He's got to make sure he whiff punishes that crouch fear to discourage. Oh, was that a punish?
Definitely a punish on forward fears. Great work from Fuudo. His character knowledge and understanding is so fantastic. V reversal away, but the chase down from Fuudo. He has all the tech and understanding. Standing throws, so the setup after not as strong, but he still finds the anti-air. Fuudo with the pressure and chase down. Man, it is so strong so far from Fuudo.
That's one of the negative aspects about Nash's V reversal. Oh, wow, just using the splash chase down. It's going to do an EX reach.
Dominant first game for Fuudo. He had all the understanding, all the timing. He chased down the V reversals. He didn't let Infiltration slip up and escape.
And one of the things is that the V reversal is such a valuable tool against R.Mika, especially against that charged drop kick. Usually you see a lot of players, as soon as they block that, they don't want to deal with the mix-up. So they just V reversal. Unfortunately, Nash's is not a hit. He's escaped, so Fuudo basically looking for it. As soon as he sees it, he chased it down and was able to punish it.
Yeah, genius from Fuudo.
Now Infiltration might not even have that option against the drop kick.
The crouching throw, Fuudo in there, was baiting throw tech but didn't get it. Now Infiltration with a chance to get out of the corner, which is what he really needs to do against Fuudo. Avoid this pressure situation, try to find a way out. But the ground game for Fuudo is incredible. So tough to navigate. You see that crouching medium kick buffered into the V-trigger.
But you can see Infiltration, despite being in the corner here, his defense is really strong.
Oh, Fuudo let him away.
Didn't take a lot of damage, even though he was trapped in the corner for that long chunk of time. Here comes Nadeshko. Nice jump to avoid it. But
that's a command throw. Now media tap for Fuudo. Great pressure, keeps it up. Other side, Infiltration, no jump away, just stayed solid and blocked.
Interesting V-skill to punish the with crouching heavy punch.
Stuck it out as if it was the normal. Great block from Fuudo.
A little too late. I think he was still in blocks. And but there's that whiff punish on the crouch heavy punch. Like I said, that's going to be so key because that is definitely a tool that Fuudo has been using a lot, and Infiltration looking for it, punished it properly.
And it's so tough to whiff punish as Nash because your walk speed is so slow, right? So getting out of the way of normals can be so tough, but Infiltration had that perfect spacing. Pressure again, and Fuudo just corners him so quickly. He opens up so fast. jump and the air-to-air from Infiltration still.
Yeah, we've seen that so much in the air to gives. Again, punishing that crouching heavy punch.
Now he's having a tougher time dealing with the ground game of Infiltration as he's moving so fast, it's tough to play the footsies against it.
Oh, got in there, but didn't confirm the clap into the Irish whip.
Oh, went for the command throw.
Yeah, that's the right choice against someone who's spending their entire time trying to whip punish your moves. They're not hitting buttons until you do, so the dash up throw, we've seen him try it 3 times in a row now, but it's not working.
I think maybe Fuudo just a bit desperate to try to get some kind of offense going, and Infiltration knew it was coming. Great round and game from him.
Nash wins.
See, very one-sided on both matches so far. Was Fuudo getting in there and making it happen the first game, and then the adjustment from Infiltration in the second.
First win for player 1.
Round 1.
We'll see who can get the advantage now.
Fight.
Mostly the strength in the neutral game is going to be so important here.
That's what it came down to for the first 2 games. Once Fuudo actually got in and was able to exact his game plan, it was really tough for Infiltration to escape. Gets in there and would confirm.
Went for command throw again. A lot from Fuudo so far in command throw. He didn't have many in the first game that he won.
Yeah, but I do like that he's going to that option because it's now going to keep Infiltration maybe hitting more buttons. Going to be able to land a lot more frame traps that way.
Yeah, we'll see if that's the case. So far, Infiltration's defense tightened up much stronger in the second and third games.
I like the range at which Fuudo's just using the non-charged up drop kick. Not very punishable. Still a threat to have to deal with.
That's just a little option for Infiltration to think about. Interrupt, great work.
Nice confirm in the EX flying piece. Look out, the corner carry. Goes for the throw.
Charge up drop kick, gets out of there. No punish for Infiltration. He could have got whip punish.
Yeah, that's how he won the previous game, 1 round.
On the way in, still has V-trigger as well as bar. Oh, spends some meter.
One of them, yeah, on an EX Sonic.
Oh, Infiltration, yeah, immediately dashing up, has that target combo with the overhead ready. Fuudo not thinking about it.
So he got in there with that crouching strong, caught Fuudo by surprise, and the last thing he was thinking of was that overhead. Sometimes you just forget that target combo exists.
Oh, man. He just has the perfect spacing to stick out that clap. Has pressure, didn't confirm it, but anti-air. Other side, back to the corner, gonna have stun here more than likely. There it is. He sells the promo. Other side again. What a round from Fuudo.
Twice in a row. Not quite enough.
And there it
just goes for the command throw. Fuudo's gonna take that with a perfect versus Infiltration.
Now, what a round from him. That's the kind of round that he's looking for. Just that offense, keeps it up, makes Infiltration guess. Whip punish from him, spends critical art early, and Fuudo was swinging with that fierce, more than likely with a buffer behind it, but Infiltration now gets in there and has damage for himself. Throw again.
Dashes up, gets the throw. That's the mix-up.
Now the escape. Infiltration not sticking out any buttons or anything. He doesn't want to get caught by that clap that Fuudo sticks out there to snipe him.
Yeah, but now you can see Infiltration playing such
excellent jump back.
Solid defense. Is Infiltration going to come back with his own perfect? No, not quite. Here comes Mika. So dangerous.
Dropped it, yeah. I'm not sure what confirm he was looking for, but he didn't find it. And because of that, Infiltration in the scramble, where he excels so well. And Nash players in general, I feel, are so strong in the scramble, in those weird situations.
And I really felt like Fuudo was, wasn't expecting to get hit out of the air. Got hit out of the air, was trying to do a hit confirm, accidentally hit the punch button, and out came out the flying peach. Not what he wanted.
Yeah, EX peach would have been great, but back confirm from Infiltration. That's counter hit.
Okay, see, there's that standing roundhouse I was talking about. Using it out of good ranges. He's going to be able to confirm it to Nadeshko, yep.
Nadeshko's coming in.
Oh, goes for the reset.
Other side.
And that should be a stun.
There it is. Yeah, and he switches sides. It's going to be over under what side again? In the front.
Oh, and gets you thinking left or right, and instead greets you with the command throw. Fuudo taking that round quickly and decisively.
Oh man, great confirm.
Into the corner with the EX Flying Peach. It's where Mika's used their meter most of the time. Goes for the throw, catches him crouching.
Oh, baited the throw, and he walks up, lands it. This should be a stun.
Again.
And what is he going to have for the mix-up? Back to the corner. Reset, and there's the throw attack from Infiltration. Not out of this just yet.
He's going to be able to confirm in a super, but he's going to save the meter.
Yeah, he's going to need a few more. These mix-ups have got to work. Gets out of there. Oh, so close to stun. The wake-up buttons. gets in there, looks for the jump. Nadeshko saves the day. Yes, great presence of mind from Fuudo to have command throw queued after the block. And it's going to be the final game here in our winners finals.
Yeah, Nadeshko always throwing a wrench into the plan, always have to keep in mind when she's gonna strike, and yeah, completely set that up for Fuudo. As soon as Infiltration blocked that, he was feeling a little bit safe, and that's what Fuudo took advantage of and got him with the command throw.
Jump in is no good. Infiltration with the early anti-air. There's stuff to do. She can switch it up between that splash she comes down with and her normal jump button.
You see all those little defensive standing jabs that Infiltration does? Oh, but gets over the back fist.
Backdash to avoid throw, and there's the anti-air. Other side again, and Fuudo so strong with the mix-ups.
Oh, yeah, there's that Fuudo tech, and he's going to get the stun, building a little bit of meter with that whiff command throw. Reset again, and again
other side again. Match point to get into grand finals of EVO is Razor Fuudo's R.Mika. Infiltration, who's looked so unbeatable all year, now in a tough spot.
Oh no, that's definitely punished.
Got commit in case the Infiltration was going to hit a button. There's V-reversal. Can dash up and get pressure? Does.
It just goes for the low, and Infiltration countering with those crouching jabs. And again, see those stand jab checks that he throws out there, stopping a lot of Fuudo's offense. Fuudo's going for a lot of forward dashes, and he just ends up dashing into those. What a neutral jump, and Fuudo probably had time to get the crouching medium punch, but chose not to go for it. It was a risk.
You see the footsies from Fuudo. Stand medium punch, whip punish, gets the cancel afterwards. Other side, spends critical art, gonna take it to the last round more than likely here.
And once again, this seems to be a pattern here. We're going to the last game, last round. Winners finals, Infiltration versus Fuudo.
He's gonna move on into grand finals. A huge advantage to have that extra bracket. Now moving forward, lots of meter for Fuudo. Ooh, and he got the confirm. He had to walk up to catch it.
And he's using that flying beat to get in the corner again. Just goes for the regular throw. Yes.
Brilliance from Fuudo. Dash up gets stuffed from Infiltration. He had it ready. Air to air with the light kick and now escapes the corner.
Huge
just walk up command.
And he uses the punch one to send him back into the corner. But Infiltration gets out of there on the sweep.
That could have been such a big punish. But Infiltration escapes.
Wow, building up a little bit damage on
and build up the V gauge because of it. Love the confirm from Fuudo. EX out of the air. He needs one more to do it, and that should be that.
He's got the
He's got it. Fuudo moves on to grand finals over Infiltration.
And Infiltration is going to be sent to loser side bracket where he's going to have a rematch versus YUKADON. But look at Fuudo, look at the elation. He knows he's put himself in prime position to take Evolution 2016 here for Street Fighter V in its inaugural year.
And he was the guy to beat. Infiltration has been so unbeatable all year.
Right.
You know, every event he's gone to, he's been such a terror, only had a few slip-ups, and this is one of them. Now in loser's bracket of EVO, he's going to have to claw his way back against YUKADON, and even if he does that, another set against Fuudo.
Yeah, and he would have to win 2 sets against Fuudo, but you know what? It's not a guarantee right now. YUKADON is right there. He wants to be the guy to go up against Fuudo.
Yeah, and he's looked so impressive all the way. So we're going to take a peek at some of the stuff that you guys just saw in those matches. Some of the highlights, some of the great stuff you saw from both of those players. It came down to the end of things. And man, one of the things about Fuudo, if you ever do a normal jump against him away from a grab, he will
ready for it,
yeah, always have that anti-air queued on deck.
Just going to the opposite side once again. And then the command throw just when you're worried about perhaps a crouching light kick to catch you.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Here's Infiltration. Yeah, he had the chance for the stun there, and then this is the situation where Nadeshko came in and just locked Infiltration down, gave Fuudo the opportunity for that, and once again, Nadeshko.
The series that he used to close it out, tried to get it confirmed, didn't, but there it is anyway, the command throw from Fuudo. And that's what put him into the finals. See the elation as soon as he got it, so it's just, he let that sigh of relief go like, oh man. If he jumped away from that or neutral jumped and punished him or anything, you never know what could be happening, right?
Yeah, you'd think that a player like Fuudo would be used to getting into grand finals like this, but no, it's still just like we mentioned many times, over 5,000 players. To know that you have survived this long, you are guaranteed to be in grand finals after a pool of 5,100 players. that's just fatiguing to think about, you know?
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling, and you could see it there that he had pure shock, just like I'm shocked. If any of you at home don't own a verti-geared chair, what could you possibly be thinking? You can save 10% using EVO 2016, offer valid through the 18th, which is today. You better get on that right now. You could be sitting pretty as you watch EVO next year. So it's been a pleasure so far hanging out with you guys at EVO. We've got the rest of top 3 coming up. It's going to be losers finals and then grand finals of Street Fighter V.
That's right. Once again, YUKADON versus Infiltration. Remember, these guys played each other first round.
First round of top 8.
Yeah, and they went against each other, and Infiltration was able to defeat YUKADON. But you know what? Here's the situation. Whenever a player loses, they think about the match a lot, right? And the winner's like, cool, I won. I'm just going to keep going forward. So the person who loses might have analyzed the things and figured out what it was that he did wrong, and so it's actually tough for the run back in a lot of situations.
Yeah, it's so tough as the opponent, just like it's tough to walk the streets without wearing a Capcom Pro Tour shirt. You can check them out at Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour. I definitely recommend the Win, Rinse, Repeat shirt. If I see you walking around like that, there's nothing I could say that would be more satisfactory than owning that shirt. Definitely get on it now, the official Pro Tour tees. We are into our losers finals of EVO. You can see them set up. The 2 Nash players to make it deepest in the bracket. It's going to be Infiltration of Korea and YUKADON, Japan.
All right, it's going to be Nash versus Nash, as we said. And Infiltration taking it the first time. So let's see what kind of adjustments that YUKADON has made, or maybe just thought about after he lost. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, you know what? I kept falling for this. And these are the things that maybe he can add to his game right now to make sure that the same result does not happen.
And it was clean play from Infiltration. There was the rare flub where he lost the 1 game, but it was almost a convincing 3-0. It turned out to be a 3-1, but we'll see if YUKADON can, you know, find the chink in that armor that is Infiltration's defense and movement. Here it is, our losers finals of EVO 2016. It's going to be a Nash mirror. Razor Infiltration on the left, YUKADON on the right. Early offense from YUKADON. You can see the pressure. Delayed crouching fears to try to frame trap.
Yeah, this is already different already, because if I remember, YUKADON played a little bit defensively last time, but this time he is definitely going a little bit more aggressive. You see the forward dashes, chasing Infiltration into the corner.
Yeah, early offense already. No anti-air on that neutral jump. Didn't want to risk it in time in case the crouching medium punch was stuck. EX side.
Yeah, anti-air with the EX side, trying to apply the pressure. Infiltration just wants to get out of the corner. Gets the neutral jump to beat the knee.
Throw tech again. EX for pressure. He had the frames, but YUKADON with the challenge. Air to air. Infiltration really caging him in the corner.
Now Infiltration. Oh, great reaction with the anti-air once again. YUKADON now with only just a little bit of life left to take it, but there's no Infiltration getting the jump, and he's going to be able to get him.
Spends the EX to try to close it, but still not enough. The B-trigger still available. Offside. But the EX.
Yeah.
Genius. Knew that there was going to be another fireball. Throws it out. Infiltration first round. It was a tough one. It was definitely not as convincing as the ones he's had before.
Yeah, YUKADON threw a fireball, decided to chase after it, and that's why it was smart for Infiltration to counter with the EX so he can get that second fireball. But YUKADON, once again, going on the offense on the verge of dizzying. Yes, gets a crouching light kick. Just like that, starting with huge amount of damage, not going to spend meter, of course, because he has such a high lead now.
You're absolutely right. Such a lead at this point. No reason to spend any of that gauge. Rush. Well, he's going to take some of it back.
Yeah, takes half that bar, you see, just like that.
And B gauge now available. Infiltration sitting on meter as well. Okay, he's just a few from taking this.
Oh, great blocks.
And had that been sighted. The jump over.
He had to save himself.
To save himself for sure.
Yeah. Soon as he saw that jump, great reactions from YUKADON to cancel the V-trigger and get out of there. And then also, great reaction. Oh, wait.
Got him. Yeah, there it is. Just buffered it. As soon as he was knocked down, thought that there was going to be a fireball, and there was. Now pressure for Infiltration. Goes for the jump.
Once again, I think, oh, okay, he's got over the fireball. But YUKADON has definitely been playing very defensive, very blocking in a lot of situations, not getting frame trapped a lot. I expect Infiltration to go for the throws now.
There it is. Keeps up the offense. Jump over. Gotta watch for the overhead, and he does. Great punish from YUKADON. Meaty boom. But out of there is Infiltration.
Oh, chases down.
Yeah, great punish. Throw. Oh, he's only a few from stun. It's gonna be stun.
And he's gonna be able to build up enough meter for the critical art, so he's gonna be able to take this first game.
So, YUKADON already closing out the first game. Last set, he only got the one.
That's
So
right.
to get the early first game here against Infiltration is massive. We'll see if he can make the adjustment, but man, what a first game from YUKADON.
You mentioned it too. Infiltration all year long had been seemingly almost invincible in this game, and then finally that CEO Chiquito was able to defeat him in grand final. It was like the first sign of a weakness, or that perhaps people were catching up to him. Here we see YUKADON getting a lead against Infiltration in this loser's final set.
Oh, there's the trade on the boom. You see YUKADON slowing things down a bit now, actually. He had so much offense before, and, you know, feels that the pace is better this way, but now Infiltration picking things up. Close to stun. And
There it is, off of the standing roundhouse. Oh no, but accidentally does the crouching heavy punch a little too slow. But Infiltration now, you see, is also trying to play very aggressive now. That was tricky.
And he blocked it, you can see.
Yeah.
There's the confirmed counter hit forward roundhouse. Crouching jab, great work from Infiltration to close it out.
Round 2.
See if he can keep this up. Early boom. Oh, forward heavy punch too.
Trying to
Scared to
flip him
throw.
out of the air.
Forward like it.
Yeah, just to get away from the cross-up situation. Blocking that cross-up gives the opponent so much frame advantage, and you have to deal with the mix-up, so just avoid it as best as you can.
Yeah, why even put yourself in that situation in the first place?
Nice reaction with that crouching medium punch, but here comes Infiltration, confirmed off of the counter hit knee.
That was great work, huge damage on this again. This is the kind of round you expect from Infiltration. See what the rest of it looks like. The jump in again. Anti-air trades against the combo. Yeah, great follow-up.
Not true invincible is the EX side, only high invincible, but nice beat trigger from YUKADON. Gonna get in there. And again, both of these players are playing so defensive.
Critical art, there it is.
Builds it up, yep, there it is.
He's had it on deck. You see that stand medium punch. Just out
What's
there.
the mix-up afterwards?
Overhead, great block and a punish. Infiltration EX out of the air. He got the counter hit. If it had been EX, it would have been. But the throw Infiltration clutch until the end.
And look at that look on Infiltration face. No panic, no stress at all. It was just like, okay, I got
Business
this.
as usual.
Exactly. Infiltration tying it up 1-1. A little bit of a smile on YUKADON's face. It's stressful, but you gotta imagine playing on the stage. Gotta be so much fun.
Buffer from YUKADON.
Now YUKADON, again, like I said, I feel like the biggest change we've seen from YUKADON is that he is being very aggressive.
But the last game he slowed it down a bit. There wasn't as much aggression, and because of that, I think Infiltration took advantage. In with the moonsault.
I mean, sometimes it is a good idea to keep switching between being aggressive and then being defensive to keep the opponent guessing, but in this case, it seems like YUKADON definitely has more success from being aggressive, because right now he's playing a little more defensive, and it's costing him.
Infiltration keeping up the offense. Oh, went for a setup, but there was late rise, so he didn't get anything out of it. Didn't recognize it in time, man. Forward liking anti-air from Infiltration, so clinical.
At that range where you just don't feel like he can hit you, so you don't touch a button on the way down, get met in the air with that towards light kick.
Lots of gauge for Infiltration as well, though not out of this round yet is YUKADON. One big jump could do it.
Ooh, only threw one fireball on that EX. Went under and went for the throw, but great tech from YUKADON.
No meter left. Okay, yeah,
What a
great.
dash under and getting that. And he is going to be caught out of his delay by that knee. Great punish there from Infiltration. Infiltration takes the lead in this loser's finals match.
The whip punish with EX side. What an answer. Other side gets the confirm, punish the landing frames. And out of there. Man, chase down too. What a round so far from YUKADON, although Infiltration survives the stun. So far, at least. Oh, gets through?
Yeah, he knew that that wasn't a true block string. Trying to get through, wasn't able to punish, but then steals a little meter, gets into the corner.
Will be able to get out of there.
I love it. Looks like he's escaping, but then turns it right back and around into an attack. Oh, no. Ooh, not punished, though.
Yeah, Infiltration didn't stick out anything that reached. Medium kick is good. Full target combo. And there's the confirm, yeah.
That's a target combo we almost never see. You always forget that he has it.
Yeah, very rare that you see it out, but YUKADON had it. It was an excellent confirm. Jump early for Infiltration, block on the other side.
Two sonic booms to keep himself with the pressure in close. YUKADON again. Now backing up a little bit, trying to find the moment to go on the offense, but oh, nice.
He has
Neutral jump
huge
on.
gauge for himself as well. And he hit. Oh, what a delay, and Infiltration steals it.
Waited so long. These These guys both have been blocking those frame traps so well, so Infiltration had to delay that so far.
Caught him flinching. Now, V-trigger on deck for Infiltration, tries to force the mix-up, and YUKADON's out of there. Although he does have it met. Oh man, that could have been critical art. You gotta watch out for it. He gets it.
But that should be
Critical art.
critical art. And there it is, YUKADON gonna go up 2-1 versus Infiltration.
Just like that. Favorite for EVO now down to possibly.
You know what? I said this before. Like I said, he's probably thought about this matchup. You know, man, if I had that chance to play him again, this is what I'd do. And it's paying off. He's up 2-1 versus Infiltration.
Also had to play through the loser's bracket, played L.I. Joe. In another match, he's played it so many times, he might be warm in Infiltration, just sitting there, didn't get a chance to think about it. Had to play directly after that, winner's finals.
A lot of the audience thinking maybe Infiltration is going to bust out a secret surprise character. No, he's going to stick with Nash the whole entire way.
And he's locked in at this point. YUKADON could be the one to take him out.
Ooh,
huge job. Infiltration with the lead. Now, lots of offense for him this game. Pressure.
Yeah.
Other side, it gets the tragedy assault. Bit of a scramble, but YUKADON gets the best.
And he's going to confirm into the V-trigger, and that is going to be enough to take that round. Infiltration trying to tie it up 2 versus 2.
It was great recognition to see that in that situation he can end with tragedy assault instead of spending any kind of meter of his own. He gets to steal some instead.
Again, throwing out that stand medium punch, always buffering it in the Sonic side, just in case the opponent dashes forward into the punch.
Just looking out for it constantly. Anti-air.
Yeah, hit him out of the air, unfortunately, but still able to hit it the second time, close to stun now. Trying to figure out a way to get in there, but nice job from Infiltration, playing defense until he found his opening, and again, that air-to-air.
Yeah, there's the counter sweep from YUKADON. Lots of gauge and has a huge advantage in this round.
Ooh, okay, blocking that again. Kind of a delayed frame trap.
No anti-air, stays in the front, block from Infiltration, but he's trying to claw back into this round and he's not too far away.
Ooh, what
block
a block.
punish, doesn't use critical art just yet. It wouldn't have killed.
Yeah, so he wants to make sure.
Oh, you see the super delay from Infiltration. Did he
Oh,
get
did
him?
he get him? He did. He did.
That's a round for him, just like that. So, now match point YUKADON over Razor's Infiltration. Favorite to win EVO in so many people's eyes. Could go down here in losers finals.
Is YUKADON going to perform the upset of Evolutions? Oh, wow. So now Infiltration says, you know what? Anything you can do, I can do better.
Lands it. It's going to be a lead for him, a nice 40%.
Yep, and again, they're both at no meters, so they're both going to be building it up at the same rate.
Man, the buttons for Infiltration, so solid on the ground. Oh, huge chance. Yes, Infiltration. So close to putting this to the final game. Gets hit in the front, though. This is a big chance for YUKADON. Block on the frame trap from Infiltration, and now the chase down. It's going to be tough. He's got to make his way in all the way against Infiltration. No anti-air either.
He's in, catches him a little bit low, but nothing after that.
Oh,
Beats him.
there it is.
They both went for the towards medium kick. Infiltration's one out. Caught YUKADON by surprise, and then YUKADON got caught by the crouching medium kick, and now Infiltration tying it up 2-2 here in losers finals. Ready to go. Gonna go right back into it. Here it is. Last game. Infiltration. Nash versus Nash. YUKADON. Let's go.
We'll see if he can do it. Which Nash is going to move into grand finals of EVO against Fuudo. Missed the confirm, was slightly too far for the second hit. And again, poor liking from Infiltration. So slippery. So aware of the surroundings. Dash up.
YUKADON
Finds the
getting
hit.
in there yet. Getting the counter hit, and then the throw. Is he
Bad
gonna go for
spot to
another
be in.
one?
Infiltration has done that a few times already. Just dash out of the corner, punish on the boom with the V-trigger.
I like that he knew he had enough time to forward dash after that V-trigger. We've seen it whip a bunch of times between these two guys earlier. Oh, again, same setup. He knows that that's not he has enough time to neutral jump past that sonic boom.
And confirm again, Infiltration with the pressure. Corner for himself, just needs one more, but YUKADON anti-air. And also YUKADON. Critical art on deck. You have to be so afraid. If Infiltration gets hit by anything, it's going to be death. At this point in the anti-air, forward light kick again. So key on the spacing, because had it been a jump in, it was death.
Yeah, but that was so late. That was so late. I almost felt like he hit it too late, but the trade shows that Infiltration's going to go take it, and YUKADON is just going to go and spin the meter right away. He wants to take that lead. He wants to put Infiltration on his toes right away. Give him enough time to build up some super meter back for that third round that he's so confident to getting to. Oh no!
What a drop! Man, that's tough. And now Infiltration building a lot of meter for himself, sitting on this trigger as well.
Ooh, needs to jump here. Great block from YUKADON, trying to chase down YUKADON, his infiltration.
Air-to-air is great, put himself in the perfect positioning to have it. Jump over, and he lands it. Final round. Losers final is going to the last round here. Razor's infiltration versus YUKADON in the Nash mirror to see who's going to go to grand finals of EVO.
Against Fuudo. Now, here's the situation. Infiltration has a lot more meter than YUKADON, but YUKADON, see, he spent that meter early.
Oh, what a reaction from him. Saw it so quickly, 40% lead. Immediate from Infiltration, has pressure for himself as well. And YUKADON, got to be careful in this situation. Back throw and Infiltration with the lead.
And now he's going to be able to beat Trigger and get the punish as well. And dashing in there, catching him with those sights and the crouching medium kick.
What an answer, he walked up so slow to get it. Pressure,
and throws him out to the reversal. Here comes YUKADON, block the overhead. Infiltration has blocked those overheads in so many clutch moments.
Anti-air has V-Trigger on deck, gotta be careful if you're YUKADON.
Jab checking, oh again, that towards light kick.
Other side, blocks from YUKADON, staying clutch, and you gotta be, man, that critical art on deck from YUKADON, it's terrifying. Infiltration has so few options that won't be punished by it.
Wow, he goes for that, and then he throws a Sonic Boom. Wow.
So risky in this last moment is Infiltration. The dash up, he could have confirmed, but no. Now YUKADON still back to the corner, Infiltration, the throw! It's not enough, he gets the jab over it. Infiltration stays alive on the brink of defeat.
I saw a reversal come out from YUKADON. He did something, but it didn't work.
What if it was the critical art? It could have been it just like that. It was a jab from Infiltration. Now, he's going to be playing against his teammate, Razor Fuudo, in grand finals of EVO. After so close to losing that match and being eliminated, he fights out and survives.
And so it is going to be a rematch now. Again, we've talked about it before. We've talked about it before about the runbacks, but let's take a look a little bit at the match that we just saw. You saw right there, YUKADON confirming into the critical art, able to take this game.
And it was excellent work from him. You can see these tight moments here in a Nash mirror are so terrifying. It's so tough to throw booms. You see the buttons, that Infiltration used to tie it up.
YUKADON was up 2-1, was on the verge, and then Infiltration ties it up, and then here goes for the throw and the stand jab.
The reversal, you can see it on the screen there. He tried it. Who knows what it was?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, we talked about it or previously with YUKADON trying to come over here. Looked like he almost had it refigured out when he thought about it. Now, Infiltration obviously lost the Fuudo, so he's going to be thinking about it as well.
And we'll see that in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final match of EVO 2016 Grand Finals. Infiltration vs. Fuudo!
All right, it's time for Grand Finals for Street Fighter V here at Evolution 2016. Who is going to cement themselves as the first winner of Street Fighter V here at for Evolution?
It's gonna be a crazy set. We saw it in winners finals. It's 3-2, came down to the last round. Fuudo clutched it out. Such a close set. It's gonna be similar again. It's gonna be Mika trying to get in there, trying to find a way in, and Nash trying to be that wall. That's super tough to deal with approach from Mika. And we'll see if Fuudo can do it again. He had lovely footsies the whole time last time. He's gonna have to try to close it out. Infiltration needs to win 2 or 3 out of 5 sets to be the EVO champion.
But you know what? If anyone can do it, it is Infiltration. He has overcome even tougher odds than that in the past. But Fuudo, again, super strong. He played very solid. Let's see if he can keep this going. Oh!
Early command throw attempt from Fuudo. That's a sign to tell.
Yeah, he was probably hoping that that was going to be blocked, and he did the command throw a little too early. Goes for the reset and does get the command throw into the corner now. Goes for another command throw, but Infiltration with a jump to escape.
Yeah, lots of command throws. Now, does he continue to go for these? Punish again, man. He is ready for those V reversals. Does he continue to go for command throws, or does he stick to ground and mix-ups is the question.
Well, you know, like going for those command throws early on, I just feel like that kind of sets up the precedent, you know? Now Infiltration is going to be jumping a lot. He's going to be hitting buttons a lot more. It's going to give Fuudo a lot more opportunities like that.
That was so good. Meaty forward medium punch combo into the jab. Confirms it to the EX beach. Amazing stuff from Fuudo. You see, this neutral so far just gets in early.
Goes for the regular throw, but Infiltration walked back far enough to get away.
And that whip punish attempt from Fuudo, so dangerous. Any range that clap. Critical arc confirmed.
Wow, you know, in the last match we saw Infiltration saving meters so many times to make sure it killed, but here, just spending it right away.
Trying to force this third round so that he has a chance to build more meter anyway. The dash in and out throw, and what a round from Infiltration. Gets the perfect.
That has to make Infiltration feel good, getting that kind of momentum, showing that he has a lot of reads on what Fuudo wants to do.
Fuudo on the approach. So many tools you have to be worried about. Okay, finds the hit, in there with the drop kick, early pressure, confirmed.
Again, that's what I mean, that standing light punch can lead to the
what side? In the front, it's gonna be stunned. Jump. He's got the combo. Now what's the setup afterwards that Infiltration's gonna have to deal with Fuudo? And the media again doesn't believe in it.
Confirm it that time.
Yeah, they believe in it in the trade on the jump. He'll take it. First game, Fuudo.
Fuudo now up 1-0. He's 2 games away from taking Street Fighter V here at Evolution. Infiltration has to make some sort of adjustment right now.
Round 1.
Gotta figure it out. And it's been tough because normally you think of this matchup, the neutral is so one-sided, it's so Nash dominant, but that has not been the case. Infiltration just having trouble dealing with Fuudo's buttons, his spacing, although now the offense is in there.
Yeah, nice anti-air dash under there specifically just to counter with that crouching mid range. Has Fuudo trapped the quarter, but nice use of the V reversal to kind of get himself out of the situation, but then...
Command throw, try to put Infiltration back to the corner more than likely.
Yeah.
Oh, the chase down.
3 dashes.
But the perfect again, and you know, that's the second perfect Infiltration's got, right? But Fuudo the game last time.
Exactly.
Because he just makes the right decisions and gets in there once, and that's all it takes. That noise, that clap, so terrifying. Under Infiltration confirmed from Fuudo.
Yeah, players can hear that in their nightmares. Oh, there it is, that crouching strong. Goes into the air so it avoids throw attempts. And that was the setup that Fuudo has.
Oh,
and he gets the crash counter, so he's going to be able to confirm into the Irish whip in the corner.
And pressure. Fuudo so dangerous here. Closest stun is Infiltration. Splash in the front. What a guy.
Smart play. And that's going to do it for this round. Fuudo now tying the second game up, 1 round apiece. As you said, Infiltration getting the perfects, but if Fuudo keeps getting the games, then it's all meaningless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You'll take those rounds if you get the better ones. 2 times. Almost got through with the drop kick, not quite on time. Infiltration and Sierra locked and loaded. Another jump. Yeah, Fuudo really trying to force the issue. Gonna be critical early. Huge lead already for Infiltration in this round.
Crucial. Just has a little bit of life to take, but Mika has a lot of meter left. Oh, no,
counter
he's
it confirmed. Steal some of that gauge as well. Infiltration, an amazing round. Another perfect. Three of them.
Perfects now from Infiltration versus Fuudo. So he's gonna take game 2 with 2 perfects.
One apiece now. And what a way to weather the storm, right? Especially surviving in that neutral game when Fuudo's so strong. And really just closing it out. Great work from Infiltration. That clap. Oh, interrupt on the drop kick. Infiltration more than ready for it.
Clips him with that Sonic Scythe, pushing Fuudo into the corner.
The chase down. Fuudo really wants to get in there and make it happen.
Goes for the throw that time.
Yeah, regular throw. Late rise from Infiltration.
No confirm that. Crouching light kick in the stand light punch. Flying Peach.
Surprised to see it. Got him again.
Delayed on that frame trap, and he's gonna get under there again. And Fuudo challenges, but unfortunately for him, it's a trade. So Infiltration is gonna take that round.
Yeah, such excellent work from Infiltration. So clinical in the way he closed it out. Punish. Yeah, you can't get away with that. Not at that spacing against Fuudo.
You see Fuudo chase down a little bit, and then off of that crouch, fierce. Like I said, before Infiltration, one of the keys that I felt like he needed to win was the whip punish that crouching heavy punch.
Yeah, it's so tough to do. Anti-air, he was more than ready. Fuudo's jumped over those fireballs so consistently now that it's to be expected.
Nice. Dash, throw for the whip punish. A little too late on that one. Here we go. He gets in there. Yeah. Went for the command throw, not going to get it.
B-trigger still available for Fuudo. It's so dangerous as the Nash go mix-ups.
Countering with that crouching medium kick, just keeping him out. Being a wall with these buttons, and now with a jumping light kick.
Yeah, in the air-to-air, Fuudo has to find some kind of way in.
This defense right now from
whip,
Infiltration, yeah, so strong.
Just desperate dropkick from Fuudo at that range, totally unnecessary. Infiltration, ready with the whip punish. Now up 2-1 over Fuudo.
You're really going to need to make sure you have a read that your opponent doesn't want to move anywhere to try to go for that dropkick, but Infiltration dashing around back and forth.
And oddly enough, I feel like the pace of this has picked up, and that's worked out for Infiltration.
Yeah.
Just not what you expect in this matchup, right? You expect the slower it is, the better for Nash, but he just doesn't want to play that style, that pace against Fuudo.
Yeah, and you can see Infiltration now using the fact that, ooh, nice, getting over that fireball.
Chase down and punish. He's just too ready for it.
Second time that he's done that now.
V-trigger available for Fuudo as well. If he lands a hit, you know it'll be coming out. Pops it. And he wow, chase down. He really read it.
Almost tried to chase it down, yeah. He even used the jumping light kick to cross him up.
Yeah, just had an understanding that would happen. Confirm on the jab. Forward medium pick to chase. Quick rise or back roll.
Slowly pushing him into the corner. Infiltration trying to figure out his way out.
Oh, confirmed from Fuudo. Should be able to close it out. And he does. Great work on that round. Just at the right spot at the right time, which he always is.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright.
Infiltration, pretty active. Yeah, that medium kick sticking out buttons.
Like I said, when the Infiltration is able to just kind of establish that wall, but now he's going in and he's going to get the stun.
Yeah, I really feel like he's picked up the pace so much, steals the meter. Regular throw, what a round he's had so far.
No, goes for the medium punch instead.
Dash a throw.
Is Infiltration going to get another perfect here? Oh, not quite, not quite. He blocked one attack.
Just took some chip.
That's a virtual perfect.
Yeah. It counts, we'll take it.
Essentially 4 perfects now for Infiltration here in this grand final set.
He's looking on getting the reset here, 3-1 over Fuudo if he can close out this round. Fuudo just walking forward, but it's so tough to deal with the projectiles, the dash in and out. It's the movement.
I feel like Infiltration has just done such a good job becoming a wall now. Poking with those crouching medium kicks, countering with those knees and jump light kicks, stand roundhouses.
And it's been a forward moving wall. It's that he's in and out and not just sitting in one spot and waiting to get picked apart from Mika. Now pressure.
Fuudo finally getting a little bit of play here.
Oh, the drop kick. Yeah, he's gone for that so many times after the stand throw. And because of that, Infiltration more than ready. Has the punish queued up.
Definitely was smart from Infiltration. If he's going to get thrown, make sure he stand up. Mika
doesn't. Throw will do it. There's the reset from Infiltration. 3-1 forces us to a final set of Street Fighter V here.
Look at Infiltration. You can see himself nodding to himself. He's feeling confident now. Fuudo has to recall what it was that he did to be able to send Infiltration to loser's bracket. Otherwise, Infiltration
Round 1.
is going to repeat in the second set.
He's Really had no series of offenses that has count recently. It's been maybe a round, but can't put it together for a game. Challenge, and yeah, there it is.
Confirm and gets the command throw now.
Back to the corner.
But you know, after that punch though, Mika doesn't really get any sort of mix-ups. You get that side switch, but very little else.
Man, the spacing on Infiltration's anti-airs. He's always in the perfect place. He just hangs out there. Oh, punish with EX, there it is. Yeah, V-trigger is available for Fuudo. The trade on the air-to-air, anti-air.
Oh, gets the cross-up.
Spends the EX for extra damage, but it's still not enough.
Oh, here comes the Deshko.
Just coming in. Oh, the jabs. Such a smart decision from Infiltration. The rapid jab to blow up any kind of movement that he was going to do.
Infiltration, no fear from the Deshko. Gonna take it with that stand jab.
Man, Fuudo just, he didn't respect it. He was like, I'll get him in there somehow. The rapid jab caught him out of it. Now the confirm.
Nice again. A standing medium punch directly into Flying Peach. Gets the throw, but again, standing throw, so not as much advantage. No mix-up situation afterwards.
Oh, he gets in there, down fierce, the jump away. Infiltration had it. He's had a great read on these command throws so far. Drop kick, chase down.
Oh, not this time. Yeah, not in time. Not in time.
Few frames too short.
Now, Fuudo gonna use the V reversal to try to keep the momentum going, but again, you notice that every time he's landing a normal throw, it's always Infiltration standing. So now I feel like, yeah, Fuudo's got to go for some crouching light kicks.
Try to catch him standing. That's the best place to either throw. Got the confirm, and that's going to be the first game Infiltration. Yeah, it didn't even look like it hit right.
Yeah, the perfect timing on that. It was like 1 pixel away from touching him in the face and right into V trigger to the other side. Going to be able to get that confirm and take the first game.
Just 2 more for Infiltration to close out EVO.
You can see right now on Fuudo's face. Round 1. A little bit of doubt creeping into that expression.
It's been such a dominant series here from Infiltration. 4 straight after that first win from Fuudo.
Punishing the drop kick with the back fist.
Confirmed from Fuudo, but still has a great corner position for himself. He really has to make this count because he hasn't been able to so far, and you see, Infiltration fights his way out. Block, and man, he's had the perfect reads on when there's command throw and when there isn't. Because of that, Fuudo really struggling.
And you know, Fuudo's been doing a lot of those neutral jumps, but Infiltration has almost always been ready with his crouching medium punch.
EX to confirm.
Yep. And he's going to go for the reset. Stays from the front, but good right block from Infiltration, but another mix-up.
And Fuudo stayed very patient there. But the back throw is going to do it. Another round for Infiltration.
Infiltration now looking like he has all the momentum.
He's 4 straight games since that first one of Grand Final so far. Looking to try to make this 5.
See that? He reacted to the jump, didn't throw the second Sonic Boom.
Anti-air, Infiltration more than ready.
Fuudo hitting buttons that time, but you know, has the trade. Okay, there it is. Fuudo always ready for that neutral jump off.
But it didn't get much out of it, you see. Yeah, he did get more than just a bit of offense, which is what Infiltration will take.
As movement heavy as Infiltration is playing right now, it's really just kind of a subterfuge. He's playing so defensively. Look at that. Back jabs and the stand jab.
It's never in the rain. What a whip punish.
And he's going to go up 2-0 against Fuudo here in Grand Finals. He's 1 game away from being your champion here at Evolution. Fuudo trying to figure out something here. You see Infiltration showing the crowd 1 more game.
Just the last one. That's all he needs to be the EVO champion. Fuudo desperately has to figure something out. It's been 5 wins for Infiltration straight.
Infiltration leaning forward, looking at Fuudo like, are you ready? Are you ready?
Taking a peek. He's like, look, man, I got to close this out. There's casinos here. You know, we got to have some fun in Vegas. Dash in, gets the interception. Fuudo with the pressure. And this is a great start for him so far. He has to keep this kind of pressure up consistently or it's going to be a tough for him.
Catches him from the front, but nice avoidance of the command throw again, just like you said. Infiltration has set such a read on Fuudo's patterns for trying to go for command throws.
6 cents on when it'll come out. And there's finally a command throw. He makes it happen. Extra damage because of the gray.
Oh, there it is.
This is amazing for Fuudo.
Irish whip. Oh, he doesn't go for the EX. The EX might have been able to finish him off.
Man, and now Infiltration. You gave him another chance. Other side, what a block from Fuudo, but still. Infiltration living. Maybe not for long. And there it is, yeah, closes it out. Would have been a heartbreaker if Infiltration brought that back.
Round 2. Fight.
All right, Fuudo now taking a lead here, a little bit of comfort, but
Showing some signs of life.
Yeah, sitting on a full meter now. Like I said, that's a lot of EX flying peaches for him for corner carry.
Such a dangerous position. There's one of those EX peaches you just brought up. And now has offense for himself, a whip punish. Dangerous. What is he gonna do? EX command throw. Close to the stun and the round.
He goes up again, tries to dash forward for
Other
a
side.
throw, but yes, Infiltration now gonna use the EX, tries to himself, get a little bit of that life, gets the throw. Goes for
Anti-air.
another one, but again, ready for
Another
that
throw.
anti-air.
And Infiltration. The wake up button can confirm with EX and Nadeshko. Back to the corner and then gets out of it with the peach, but still Fuudo takes it. A game for him in grand finals. Breaks the streak, and now 2-1 Infiltration still in the lead.
That's definitely got to put a little confidence in for Fuudo now. Taking that one game.
Round 1.
Back into it.
Fight.
We'll see if Fuudo can create that kind of offense again, find the openings he needs. He's out of range, tried to get the clap whip punish, but ran into a button instead. Neutral jump, good option from Fuudo to beat the horizontal options that Infiltration uses to get in, such a side dash, forward heavy kick, confirm.
There's that confirming the flying peach again. Going in there with some Nadeshko mix-ups. Nadeshko, from the front that time.
Yeah, keeps him safe. And the jump in, chase down.
Oh, just goes for the drop, off for the drop. That's punishable, but nothing from Infiltration. But Infiltration with a whip punish on that crouching heavy punch. That
Other
time.
side.
Gets the under and gets the throw.
The reversal is good for Fuudo. He gets pressure off this after the dash. And there it is, the command throw.
They're finally starting to land for Fuudo now. Oh, and jumped away. So very fortunate not had to deal with that mix-up because he was already jumping when Infiltration decided to activate that V-trigger.
Other side, great block from Fuudo. Absolutely clutch, no confirm. Anti-air.
Crouching, strong anti-air. Ooh, too far to confirm that.
We got him in the EX, and that's going to be the round. Fuudo, genius. When there was a dash up, he didn't tech. He just hit a button. He was totally ready for the dash. And man, what excellent stuff from Fuudo. In the clutch there to have the button out.
Trying to attack him with that drop kick.
Dash in, there's the regular throw. Caught him crouching, so he gets pressure. Blocks from Infiltration. But just this caging from Fuudo. Trade. Still has positioning in there with a drop kick. Chase down. What a command throw. The range on that.
And it's going to take him right back into the corner. So all throw escape attempts, null and void. Oh, wow. Look at these buttons now. As we said, not a lot of damage all at once from Nash, but that was like 5 individual hits that just took out half of Fuudo's life bar.
The jump splash. Oh, tries to get in there. Whiffs on the forward heavy punch. Too bad for Fuudo. Could have been big. Drop kick, chase down.
Oh, no, not this time.
Maybe another command throw attempt, and he got roundhouse instead. But V-trigger and lots of meter for Fuudo.
Infiltration now, going for the cross-up. Look at this pressure from him, and again, those stand jab checks. Defensive, he's gonna get the look forward, and now Infiltration at tournament point. One more round for Infiltration. Fuudo's got to take this. Oh, wow. Starts with the clap.
The confirm into the side. What a, man, amazing stuff from Infiltration. Drop kick. Fuudo has the offense for himself and the throw. Infiltration. Lead is growing.
Infiltration.
What a block.
And
And a
he read
punish.
it. Coming after him. Nice crouching strong, and he's going to get the EX command throw again.
What's going to be the offense for Fuudo? Dash up the confirm.
Irish whip.
V-trigger is available. But he's going to push to the corner first instead. Pops it. Chase down.
Oh,
he really read it.
He did the quick Nadeshko instead, but he didn't get anything off that. Infiltration manages to escape.
Sells the promo, but man, didn't get punished for it. Critical art on deck for Infiltration, and that's going to be a game winner.
What a throw tech.
Could be a game winner if he gets it. V reversal is good. Fuudo a chance here. What's it going to be?
Mix up after that. Nice blocks from Infiltration. Infiltration tries to get in. He's sitting on all that bar.
And he gets the throw. Infiltration is your EVO champion.
He's done it. He's defeated Fuudo, coming back from loser's bracket, taking 2 sets in a row. Infiltration is the first Street Fighter V champion here. Evolution 2016.
He was on the ropes, down in that set, brought it back against Fuudo. 5 straight games. Fuudo showed signs of life, put himself on the board, but in the end, Infiltration all year long has been such a menace, and you can see it here at EVO. He is your champion.
the one player from Korea representing Korea, 6 Japanese players, 1 US player, and 1 guy from Korea. That was Infiltration, and he made it all the way through, just taking out player after player. He did hit that wall when he got to Fuudo in winners finals, got sent to loser, but came back, able to figure it out 2 matches in a row. Let's take a look at this grand finals match.
See, just the back and forth between these two. Fuudo, his pressure and footsies were so spectacular, but Infiltration, time and time again, so clutch in these last few moments. And see, just this series here from Fuudo, so dangerous, that wake-up button and the confirm. But man, it's just these tough spots to be for Infiltration. And that was finally the game that Fuudo put himself on the board with, but it's brutal. That's 5 games straight for Infiltration. What a streak. What an understanding of what he needed to do to win, and the throw.
Yes.
To close it out. Your EVO champion.
There it is, Infiltration. Look, a lot of people picked him to take this tournament. There you see exactly why. Just a solid player. I mean, he burst into the EVO scene and got top 8 right away, and then just kept getting stronger and stronger. Won in 2012, and then he's just remained such a threat. He's been in the top 8 like every year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much every year at EVO. And in Street Fighter V, we have a completely different game.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all. He immediately becomes one of the most dominant players
Right.
at every single event, and that's the case here. He had, some rare slip-ups, mostly CEO. He lost to Tokido, right? But here, when it counted at EVO, he got the W.
Exactly, and even in that match against Tokido, it just felt like that was one particular day that Tokido was playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And Infiltration just caught a little off guard, but, might have been a good wake-up call for him, just to make sure, like, hey, maybe I am vulnerable a little bit, shore up a little bit of his game, and he's come here at EVO, and he's taken it.
He definitely looked vulnerable. There's that set against YUKADON Nash that was super close. Fuudo sent him to losers in a really tight set. It was one of those things where, even though a lot of people thought he would be the champ, there was moments where he was out of it, where you thought, like, maybe this could not be the year of Infiltration, like he had back in 2012 and like he's having this year, but there he is, you see him.
Yeah, but also just want to make sure we give a shout outs to Fuudo, because that guy played out of his mind. Again, when he first picked up R.Mika, everybody was like, because he was a Fei Long player, and Fei Long very methodical, very footsie based, and then he went with Mika, who everyone was saying was like this crazy mix-up character, but he found a way to take his style, make it work with R.Mika, and here he is. He played her to perfection, just one person getting in his way, and that was Infiltration. And
it's truly the sign of a strong player when you can take a character that maybe doesn't even fit your style necessarily and mold your style into the character, as well as just figure it out.
All right. And let's go down to Gutex, talking with Infiltration.
Give it up for Infiltration. I want to know, how does it feel to be a 3-time EVO champion?
EVO 챔피언 3번 하신 소감이 어떠세요?
Yes, of course, I'm super happy now. And yeah, why not? Why not? I'm super happy. Thank you, American FGC, and my friend, my families, especially Gutex, you, my friends.
It's all you. You did everything. You did
Always
everything.
cheering for me. You always.
Of course, man, because you're amazing. Of course. You're an amazing human and an amazing player. Well, let's talk about your performance here tonight at EVO 2016. You lost to Fuudo in winners finals and then reset the bracket in grand finals. What sort of adjustment, before you won the whole thing, what sort of adjustments did you make to your game in order to beat him finally 6 games total in grand finals?
후드와 재경기를 하게 됐는데 두 번째 경기에서 달라진 부분을 개선하신 점이 있다면?
Okay, I can explain this. Download complete.
Wow. Okay. Well, that says it all right there. Well, now that Street Fighter 5 is here at the Mandalay Event Center, and that EVO 2016 is on ESPN. There's a lot of new players that want to get into the fighting game community and Street Fighter 5. What sort of advice could you give new players if they want to be like Infiltration and as strong as you someday?
이제 에보가 라스베가스 만달라이 베이 이벤트 센터에 있고 또 이 ESPN에 대해 소개가 되는데 새로운 선수들을 위한 그들에게 인필트레이션님 같은 레벨이 되기 위한 그런 충고를 주신다면
이건 한국어로 할게요. 일단 I speak Korean. 일단은 새로운 게임이 나오면서 많은 새로운 유저들이 많이 참가했고 이번 에보 2016에서도 새로운 선수들이 많이 나온 걸로 증명이 됐다고 생각을 합니다. 다들 온라인으로 많이 게임하실 텐데 이런 대회도 많이 참가하시고 오프라인 모험도 많이 가졌으면 좋겠어요. 게임을 하는 거 이외에도 많은 커뮤니케이션을 통해서 이제 마인드도 성장하고 게임 실력도 성장할 수 있는 기회를 가졌으면 합니다. 언제든지 나오시고 저도 항상 한국에서 많은 오프라인 모임 가지면서 여러분들 기다리겠습니다.
Since the game is new, also there's a lot of new faces, new players. I encourage them to attend a lot of offline events. Go to your friends' houses and play, put some time into the game, change the mindset, practice for the game, and do a lot of communications with your friends and the community in order to improve on the game. And I hope everyone enjoys the game. That's the main thing.
Spoken like a true champion. Finally, I guess I just want to ask, what's next for Infiltration, and do you have any shout-outs that you want to give right now? Anybody you want to say to at home?
미래 인필트레이션님 계획과 또 그리고 소감 말씀하실 분들, 감사드릴 분들.
Okay, I know it. So many people waiting for my stream on Twitch TV. So. Okay, now I am an EVO champion and I have to play a lot of time prepare for Capcom Cup 2016, but I have time, so I'll stream again. And that's it, I have no plan, that's it.
Awesome. Well, Infiltration, congratulations on an amazing performance. Everybody give it up for Infiltration. And now, we're going to hand it over to EVO PA announcer Ben Carrington to present the award to Infiltration.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Evolution 2016 Street Fighter 5 World Champion, Infiltration!
Hey, welcome back, everybody. How are things? We're here at EVO. Infiltration's the best at giving interviews of all time.
Exactly. Download complete, he
Download
says.
complete, and I have no plan. Not even go to Disneyland or anything like that. It's like, oh, I'm probably going to stream, I guess, since you guys missed it.
Exactly. But again, Infiltration showing why he is not only one of the best Street Fighter players here for Street Fighter 5, but probably one of the best Street Fighter players in maybe all time. Because, you know, at this point in time, I just feel like Infiltration could pick up any fighting game he wanted to and just be amazing at it and just, you know, dominate.
And as a reminder, he jumped in 2009
right.
with the rest of us and started playing. It wasn't so long ago that Infiltration had not played a fighting game. So if there's any time to jump in and get started, it's definitely now.
Yeah, again, Infiltration playing very amazing, but shout-outs to everybody who made it to the top 8. And you know what? No, shout-outs to all 5,107 competitors. You guys made this a record EVO. You made this one of the most amazing events in video game history. This has just been an amazing accomplishment. Shout outs to everybody who has this is there's so many moving parts to this, and to be able to come together and have an event like this is just, it's amazing. It's unfathomable.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling that this kind of event can run and still do an open tournament for a competition this big. You see in a lot of events, it's sort of like you get 8 invitational players or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Something like that. But this is an open bracket. Anybody can compete. Joe Schmo could beat Infiltration next year.
Exactly.
Unlikely, but you never know, right? That's the beauty of fighting games, and that's what makes them so special.
Yeah, and we just saw some great Street Fighter 5 action here, but honestly, let's not forget Tekken 7, Pokken, Killer Instinct, Smash Wii U, Smash Melee, Mortal Kombat X, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Guilty Gear, Exert Revelator. Just all these games, all the communities coming together under one building and playing their minds out for all these games. I mean, I have to imagine between every game we've probably played like 200 or 300 days of like fighting games.
Of hours over the weekend.
Exactly.
And it's still not enough.
Exactly.
I just want to go home and play right now.
Exactly. It's so inspirational, and again, I love seeing all the communities like this come together. I love seeing everybody playing and just appreciating the things that we love here. All of these fighting games, so much fun, and you know what? There's so many good fighting games coming out.
Yes.
Tekken 7's coming out to home soon. KOF 14 coming out soon. Oh, there's so many good games coming up, and look. I'm just going to say, it's a great time to be a fighting game fan.
It's never been better.
Exactly.
And it'll continue to be that way. Well, James, it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute honor to be here with you. Tell the people our final thoughts.
Just play fighting games, enjoy it, have a great time, and I hope you all enjoyed this event here, Evolution 2016. Go big or go home. And I think we did it. I think we went big. So
I think we did.
Let's all go home.
Sounds like a plan, James. We'll see you guys next year.
Good morning, everyone. This is Evolution 2016.
There's a lot of people here, and of course, we are coming to you live from the Las Vegas